This match in the 1999 AFL Premiership season proudly brought to you by AAMI, Cadbury, Mitre 10, Ultra Tune and Sip and Save.
In Adelaide for Sunday afternoon AFL action between the Adelaide Crows and Hawthorn. Neither side can make the finals, and Football Park 2 weeks ago we had fog, last week we had a 50-knot gale, and today conditions absolutely perfect for this game between 11th placed Adelaide and 14th placed Hawthorn. Unfortunately, the season's just about over for both, but a lot of pride to play for. Well, what difference will it make to the Crows after Malcolm Blight's shock announcement a couple of weeks ago? How will they finish the season off? Here is Coach Malcolm Blight in the rooms just before the game with Neil Curley.
Thank you, Drew. Well, Malcolm, any different approach to the way you've been coaching over the last 2 weeks since you've announced that you're not going to continue next year?
I don't think so, Neil. No, I mean, I'm quite excited about, you know, we've still got some youngies around the place, and look, you know, I'm committed to do what I have to do at the end of the year, and just like leaving any other job, then you go from there. But no, I'm actually, no, I don't think I've changed.
No, not giving away any trade secrets, but just for the benefit of those young coaches out there, or aspiring young coaches, what do you think is important for a coach to become a good coach in relationship to his players?
I'm pretty firm on this now. I think you've got to have a belief. You know, you as a coach and I suppose leader of the club, if you are not strong in your belief and follow that through, I think a lot of people see through that, whether that be good or bad, and you can get criticised for it or praised for it. But I just think it's the belief in what you're doing.
All the best for today.
Thanks, Neil.
Well, even though he's leaving, he'll still walk on water here in Adelaide after his premierships in the last 2 years. Well, the Hawks are also below strength like the Crows, and they've lost their last 4 games. Curls was busy prior to the game, and here he is with Hawthorn coach Ken Judge.
Thanks, Drew. Well, Ken, final aspirations are gone this year. What's been your approach over the last few weeks? Have you changed to sort of any different team structure or individual?
Oh, well, look, I certainly, we've made it known to sort of everyone on our list that the opportunities will be there if their form warrants it at senior level, and you know, we've sort of offered some opportunities to some young blokes who played well yesterday in our reserves. They had a good win, and they played well, so there's some pressure on the blokes on the side currently. So yeah, we'd like to be able to, I think we can give some opportunities to do a number of other players on our list who haven't had a chance so far this year, and so that's you know, that's probably where we're at the moment. And you know, look, we're you know, the blokes have got to realise if we don't perform, we're going to change the personnel.
Attitude this week on the track been good?
Oh yeah, look, we've trained okay. Yeah, I've been pretty happy the way that's been. I mean, you know, the spirit around the place is okay, even though you know, the last 4 weeks hasn't been great for us as far as wins go. So, but you know, the spirit's been pretty good, and you know, hopefully we can give a good account of ourselves today.
All the best, Ken. Back to you, Drew.
The 1999 AFL Coca-Cola Premiership season proudly brought to you by Telstra, making life easier. The McDonald's Footy Burger, the double quarter pounder with cheese. Foster's Light Ice for extreme refreshment. And the new Mitsubishi Magna 3.5, the next generation.
And good news for those of you watching live at the Hawthorn Social Club in Melbourne today. One of the Hawthorn all-time greats, Johnny Platten, with us in commentary.
Good afternoon, Drew, and hello everybody at the Hawthorn Footy Club.
And even though you're back in Adelaide now, you've still got that Hawthorn blood coursing through the veins?
I still have, Drew, and I know today's going to be a tough game, and hopefully the Hawks can get over the top.
One change for the Crows today. Mark Stevens dislocated his kneecap last week, which we saw, but an All-Australian, Mark Rasciuto, replaces him.
Well, pretty important game for Mark. He certainly has struggled for the whole year. Twisted his ankle a couple of weeks ago, but he'll be back in top form today.
Well, Hawthorn announced 4 changes during the week. Harford, Crode, Graham injured and Smith dropped. But prior to the game, they also lost Nick Holland, who's out with a virus.
Yes, Drew, it's going to be really disappointing for the Hawthorn team today. With Holland out with the virus, it's going to make it real difficult around the forward lines.
Well, let's have a look at some of the matchups. In midfield, it's Crucial and Crawford. Will it be Kim Costa for him?
Well, it could be, Drew. He's certainly had a couple of big jobs this year, Kim Costa. He's done a pretty good job on it, so hopefully he's got to be on his guard today with Shane Crawford. Shane's been a great player with Hawthorn, a great leader, and certainly plays is fit as anybody in the AFL.
Well, last week, Robin rucked, but he tired late, and they were overrun in the last quarter. Today, he's got Salmon.
Big job for Matty today. He's playing his 100th game today, so, you know, good luck against the big fish. He's certainly been a great player for Hawthorn over the last 3 to 4 years. He played all the games this year, 285 games, so the veteran's playing good football.
What about Darren Jarman, a premiership player for both clubs, and he'll really need to be watched.
He is. He's a special player, and Angela Leckers, if he does get the job today, certainly have his hands full on the dangerous Jarman.
Well, a lot of pride at stake for both clubs here today. Both Robrins will be on show, so a big day for Barry Robin. I don't know how many times he gets a chance to watch both boys out there.
Not very often.
OK, the game not far away here at Footy Park. Should be great viewing. Hope you can join us back after the break.
Hurry to McDonald's for your last chance at Max and Win Monopoly. You can still win Honda HRVs, holidays to Disneyland, flying Air New Zealand, and cash from Aussie Home Loans. Taxi!
Hotel on Mayfair, thanks.
Here's a couple who bought a renovator's delight. While they're proud of the breakthrough they've made,
put in some French doors and then pave the courtyard.
not everybody shares their vision. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
Let's start with Accent. It's good value, it's our own brand, great range of colours.
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
You can see it, can't you, darling?
Yeah, it'll come.
It's run-out time on Lancer Coupes from $18,490 with air. Cool Mirage from $14,990. Lancer Sedans from $19,990. Drive away with air. It's run-out time on Lancer and Mirage. Look for the signs.
It is Mitsubishi.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! No! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here. Hurry to McDonald's for your last chance at Max and Win Monopoly. You can still win Honda HRVs, holidays to Disneyland, flying Air New Zealand, and cash from Aussie Home Loans. Taxi!
Hotel on Mayfair, thanks.
Well, Mark Bickley won the toss for the Crows, and they'll go left to right in the first quarter with whatever breeze there is. It's not very much at all. Salmon in the middle. It comes down Crawford. Dispossessed in the tackle. Pushed in the back. And it'll be a free kick going to Shane Crawford.
And Drew Matthew Roberts starting in the ruck once again. Lucas Herbert on the bench.
But surely he won't stay there all day, ever, like he did in Melbourne last weekend.
Paul Salmon's just a bit bigger than Luke Darcy.
And the Hawks up towards the attacking 50. Good punch from behind by Hart. Hart takes it all the way to the line and gets it out at left half back for the Crows.
Just on that subject, boys, I think the big problem with Salmon for Robin will be in general field bounces and on boundary throw-ins.
Robin doing some pretty heavy bullocking work there. Jonathan Robin for Hawthorn, Matthew Robin for the Crows.
Curls, if Malcolm Blight's trying to teach Lucas Herbert, would there be a better lesson than following Paul Salmon round today?
Well, he is sitting on a very big cushion down here.
Just while you're at it, Curls, what do you think about that tactic of making a bloke strip in the 22 and not using him, not even once?
I didn't agree with it because I thought that was one of the reasons they lost the game.
Well, Darcy's finish in the last quarter swung the game the way of the Western Bulldogs. The ball's back out of bounds on centre wing.
Just a couple of matchups. We've got Hay on Jarman actually sitting down at full forward there. We said Robin on Salmon, and Kimmy Costa is playing on the wing on Barlow.
Well, Flats, Jonathan Hay's got the height over Darren Jarman. Is he quick off the mark?
He is. He's pretty quick. It's just a matter of the thinking code comes in. We know Jarman's a very smart player, but besides that, I think he's got a bit of pace behind him as well.
Bit of a knock to the head there for Bickley, but he was able to go on with it.
Certainly not happy with the attention, was he?
No. Had the ball out of bounds a fair bit early in the game.
And incredibly, there's no wind that way. It actually is to right of screen around about 7 kilometres an hour. So not too bad at all for the Crows.
Salmon against Robin, helped up the ground by Smart. Bickley runs onto it. His left footer gets it inside the 50 for the first time. And a good defensive mark taken by Colliker. A West Australian in his first season for the Hawks. It's been okay. Crawford digs it out of defence. Funny old kick. You're in trouble. Jarman runs out Taylor. Spills come Adelaide's way. Wide hand pass. Costa. Open goal. Not a bad kick. Gets there.
Well, performance back there by Hawthorn then. They just did the right thing by coming across the ground, but just the disposal just let him down a bit. The tackle what Jarman put on Taylor was good. Made the turnover. Finished up with Costa with a beautiful goal.
Fair way up for Kim Costa. Disposal probably not one of his strong points.
And here's the kick by Crawford. A shocker, really, missing the mark. It was only about 30 metres away, Taylor, but that's dangerous. And Jarman, the coach, will be pleased with that, tackling on the forward line.
Kicked it from about 45 out, Bruce, so you're saying he's not a very good kick?
45's his limit, is it?
And there's no win either.
It was an outstanding kick by Kim Costa.
Robin wins in the middle, down to Burton. What an excellent first-year player he's been. Chance for Goodwin. Might have had his hands taken before the ball arrived. No whistle on the play. Hawks in trouble in defence. McCabe's hand pass away. Eventually Crawford. Deck high. It goes to Costa. Over the top he goes. Edwards wide out in the pocket. Back onto his left to the top of the goal square. That's a pretty good kick. Jarman waits at the back. It never reached him. Salmon. And away to Barlow. Barlow's kick close to the line. It sits up pretty well. Dixon's kick inside. Crawford, hasn't he covered some ground? Kick by Crawford to an open forward line. They dash to the forward line. Lloyd, number 18, is there. Hart, socket away by Ormond Allen. Close to the line. Gains a few metres. In fact, they've still got possession through Nigel Smart. Coming off a great game at the MCG last week against the Dogs. What a kick to Bickley. Crows running rampant here at the moment. Jamison. And through the middle they go. Inside the 50, Jarman. Couldn't quite complete the mark. Well done by Hay. All Crows back in midfield. And poked up the ground. Kicked by Stengline. Comes to Goodwin. Back to Stengline, the youngster. To the 50. Centre half forward. Full stretch. Not quite taken by Vardy. Comes off hands. And Barlow dashes out of defence. Up towards half forward. Rashudo taken out early. Lloyd with the climb, but couldn't take the mark. It comes away here to Dixon. Kick by Dixon to the goal square. Top defence by Bassett. Hart in support. Hart's kick to Ormond Allen. Chance for the Crows to steady. A few gaps up through the centre corridor. Jamison. Bickley's on the back edge of the centre square, but he goes right across the half-back line. Beautiful play by Bassett up from full back. His left footer towards half-forward. McGregor, good.
Presented himself beautifully, Drew.
You boys may have already mentioned that we do have the Crawford-McLeod combination.
Yeah, something to lick our chops over. Robber in the hand pass to Bickley. He put the foot on the gas. He's 35 metres out, and Bickley hooks the kick. Got a bit too close to the Hawthorn defender and had to elevate it.
Just took that extra step to get round the player, Drew, and had to lift the ball a bit higher and just spaded it off to the left.
Fellas, interchange for Hawthorn. Hassel, Rawlings, Turvey, Rock.
Over the line there, you can see that from here. Angelo Leckis is something which you just cannot afford to do.
And while we're waiting for the bounce, interchange for the Crows, Herbert again, James, Johnson, Gallagher.
Yeah, it's just seeing then just too easy.
Just bowled a no ball. Salmon rushes are behind. So the Crows 8 points, Hawthorn yet to score. Hawks have only been up to half forward once. Now Leckis won't make the same mistake twice, surely. So deep inside the goal square, he kicks that one.
About 3 feet inside the square then, Drew.
To 11, now out to the 50 to Barlow. In defence today, Chris Barlow. I did see him kick 3 goals and a quarter earlier in the season against Geelong. And mark taken here by Lord. Lord's kick short of half forward, close to the boundary line. Well, it made it pretty easy for Adelaide. And Jamison's taken the mark. Gee, I thought Jamo might have been finished a long time ago. He's gone all right this year, hasn't he?
Bit of experience back there for Adelaide. You've got Nigel Smart, Mark Rasciuto, Ben Hart, and Rod Jamison's been there since day one.
Kick by Jamison to centre wing, and Bickley finding a bit of space. Now he kicks towards centre half forward. Comes to the back of the pack. Edwards. Becky from 50. One out Jarman with his man Hay.
Good work.
And Hay gets it through for a behind.
A couple of Adelaide players under a cloud during the week. Mark Rasciuto, of course, passed the fitness test for his ankle. Matty Robber, a bit of hamstring soreness and also the flu, but he is out here for his 100th AFL game after 7 with Hawthorn. And Brian Binky, we just saw then, also a bit of flu. He was probably the player most in doubt.
And Abel, for those Hawthorn viewers back in Melbourne, there is a slight breeze going the Crows' way.
Yeah, about 49 knots less than last week, Phil.
Yes, but the goal scoring does slightly favour that end.
Yeah.
You won't need an anchor on the boundary.
No. It was unbelievable last week. Nearly one of the windiest games I've ever seen. A pretty good tackle by Woods. He sweated on the man and got him. But the umpire said he carried him forward in the tackle, and Costa will take the free.
And Drew, we could be witnessing something very, very different here with Costa lining up for his second goal.
Probably just a little bit too far out, Bruce, do you think? On this one, exactly the same spot.
Top of the goal square, not a bad
out.
kick. Yeah. Benke's there, but he missed it. Virtually had an open goal. Colliker comes out of defence. Salmon at full stretch takes the mark. Still in the back pocket, Paul Salmon. What a man
Hawks are doing plenty of defending at the moment. Paul Salmon up there, and Shane Crawford picking up plenty of touches also, with loose man Andrew McLeod not following him right deep into attack for the Adelaide Crows.
Salmon with distance. Colliker dragged down. It comes to McLeod, front of the pack. Back he goes to Rasciuto. Welcome back, Mark Rasciuto. A high ball deep inside half forward. Vardy crunched by Salmon. Jarman a hand pass. Nigel Smart up in the forward pocket. Goes backwards. Back outside the 50. Leckis is there to pinch it. Well done by Angelo Leckis. Goes wide to Barlow. And his kick up towards Dixon, centre wing. Dixon to half forward. Lloyd saw his brother yesterday at the MCG. He can't mark this time. Hand pass comes back. Dixon again. Now Crawford has run well forward from defence. He's 60 metres out from goal. Sets it up very high. Punched by Stenglein towards the boundary line. And they can't keep it in. It's out in the forward pocket.
This is where the Hawks have just got to be fairly strong up in the forward line. They've got to chase their player out of the Hawks forward line, because no Nick Holland there today. It's going to be very, very difficult.
Robrin against Hart. Crows have 9 points to 0 on the board. Back to Hart, and the umpire will ball it up.
I suppose we're waiting to see Robrin v. Robrin in the ruck there.
Fred Allen, Justin Schmidt and Greg Scroop today are the umpires. McLeod. Goes wide to the boundary line and gains about 20 metres.
Clutch touched on Nick Holland has just wondered how Hawthorn will adjust at this late moment. They're one of the league's leading long-kicking teams, which would suggest they look for Nick Holland quite a bit. Suddenly they have to adapt and do something different heading into the forward line.
Well, they certainly do, Bruce, and I think Jonathan Robin did stand at centre-half forward. Probably like to see Nathan Thompson, a little bit stronger player up forward, just to see him move around a little bit more.
Chick to Aaron Lord, and Lord has taken a mark pretty close to the behind post, and he's only about 10 or 15 metres out from goal, but at a pretty extreme angle.
He just tried to cheat a little bit then. He sort of tried to pull himself about 10 metres outside the boundary line.
He improves the angle. Crows didn't have anyone on the line.
Everybody hold on to your seats or whatever you can. Come on!
Once the bus goes 50 miles an hour, the bomb is armed. If it drops below 50...
Oh my God, he is insane.
It blows up.
Stay on or get off.
I've never seen driving like that. There's a gap in the freeway.
We're gonna die. Get ready for rush hour. Tonight, 8:30 on 7. Speed.
Well, that was a goal for Hawthorn that just should never have been. Nobody on the line for the Crows. Hawks getting their first score at the 11.5-minute mark, and now there's only 3 points in it. Robran beats Salmon, not a bad effort. Comes down to Barlow, who's been prominent early. Up to the 50, it goes past Lord. Rashudo mops up. Towards the outer side to Robran. Matthew Robran for the Crows. Has plenty of time to set up. Burton had to change direction and go back for that one. He's got it. Looks for Smart. A bit untidy. Smart breaks the tackle. And goes further out wide to Robran. It beats him over the line. Well, if Malcolm Blight pulled his hair out over the defensive area, what about that?
Well, looking wide for Matthew Robran, the strange thing is his man, Paul Salmon, was about 40 or 50 metres forward of Nigel Smart. So you're kicking it to a marking contest where Paul Salmon certainly has the advantage.
Salmon to Crawford. And Shane Crawford's had plenty of it early. That's 5 possessions already and the ball out of play.
And Drew, you would have to say that would be the Crows' tactic to try and drag Salmon away from that back play by using Robran, around the centre of the ground.
Yeah, well, as we know, he's a runner, very mobile getting around the ground, but can he do it for 4 quarters? Last week he did it for 3. Here's Smart. 55 out from goal. Edwards.
Well, certainly the Hawthorn backline's just going to be right on their toes today. Adelaide had it inside there 57 times, and Hawthorn on the rebound has got it 6 times out of their defence. So,
well, the one time Hawthorn actually had control right forward, plus they scored that goal.
Yes.
Adelaide perhaps have had far more of the ball.
Tyson Edwards kicking from 40 metres. Away to the right, silence behind the goals.
It's a giveaway, isn't it, in a football park?
Yeah. So they've had it up forward plenty of times, the Crows. The kicking hasn't been that bad. 2 of the behinds were rushed. Here's Crawford for another possession. But, well, Platts, can't hurt you a hell of a lot from back there.
Well, sorry, Drew. Yes, that's right, Drew. You just can't do it. That's his, it's going to be his 6th kick now, so just have to move it down. They've got to be more direct with their kicks through the back lines, I thought.
Well, this is how he can hurt you, because the give and go, and he's got it again, and they have it out at the defensive 50. Crawford once more towards centre wing. Jamison goes up for the punch. Good shepherd by Costa. Chance for Benke. Can't keep it in.
Yeah, Drew, just elaborate on that one. It's not so much that short little kick that hurts the opposing team. It's what happens with the third movement of the ball.
Through centre wing position. Throw in. Robran beats Salmon again.
Doing a good job so far, Robran.
There's been 2 boundary throw-ins, one on the other side and one we just saw then, and Matthew Robran, body for body, you wouldn't back him against Paul Salmon, but he's done very well, Raf.
He's done it well. As you'll see in the boundary throw-in now, he'll get right next to him. They'll go body on body.
And Paul Salmon will make a liar of us both, right?
Yeah, wins distance. Down to Taylor. No distance. And Goodwin takes the mark. Centre wing. Into the centre corridor for Smart. Got a chance for Chick. Well done by Daniel Chick, coming back from the forward line to Lekas. Lekas with penetration to Robran. Jonathan Robran for Hawthorn. Hart, well played. Beautiful play by Hart. On the bounce to Vardy. It spills to McLeod. McLeod gets away from Crawford. Jarman dispossessed in Hayes' tackle. Jarman again to McLeod. Outside 50. Robrin, short, beautiful kick. Vardy did.
That's where Manny Robin's going to hurt the Hawthorn Football Club in this sort of situation. Paul Salmon does go down deep in the back lines, and Robin just stands around that centre forward line.
Not forgetting that Matthew Robin at 50 metres should probably back him too.
Oh, yeah, he can make that distance easily. But he should have made a certainty of a goal. You'd think Vardy had kicked this.
He missed one moments ago on the goal square, a soccer style.
Yeah. This is about 35 metres out, and Vardy's missed to the right. Would you believe it?
And you've also got to say, Drew, that last week in that close game against the Bulldogs, Vardy did not kick a goal.
And yet it was in one of the showdown games last year. We saw him, he had 14 shots at goal. It kicked 7-7. Treleaven kicks in. He must have sacked Rex back there after his mistake. Knocked forward beautifully by Burton. McLeod, slippery as an eel. Back to Burton. Ooh, bounced through a few players. They've got hands to it.
I think it was a top spin mongrel punt.
Yeah, the Zutter. Might have been a Shane Warne Zutter. That's 3 rush behinds now.
That's Brett Burton's regulation first quarter fly.
And Platts, you'd have to say the Hawthorn defence is doing very, very well. The Crows have had the ball now on a number of occasions.
That's right, Kells. They've been pretty strong for the whole year with Hay and these types of blokes who've been in there for a year or so.
Oh, here's Kim Coster. He might have another shot for goal.
He got the confidence up. He's about 45, which is where Johnny Platten suggested he couldn't kick him from.
He's still looking.
Yeah, he's looking to give it off.
He's not confident, but Oregon put top of the square.
And exactly what he's done. Burton's in the area. That's enough. Put the man in front. Terrific mark by Edwards.
Well, it certainly was a great distance play there by Costa. He knew that he just couldn't make the distance, probably just on 50 out, top of the square. And just watch Burton here. Actually shepherded out Treleaven there and took a good mark.
Just positioned himself perfectly. Drew got excited because he was waiting for a fly, but he did the team thing there.
And Burton's coming off here. He's got a blood rule here.
He's got a cut head.
And here's the shot for goal by Edwards, and at last the Crows get straight.
If you've been thinking about escaping the hustle and bustle of the city, you'd better see the new Pajero Escape, quick. Because with its powerful 3.5-litre V6, cruise control, alloy wheels, side steps, air conditioning, power windows and CD player, it's such great value that from only $40,990, everyone can afford to escape. It is Mitsubishi.
Tyson Edwards scored the goal. It was disciplined play by Costa. Bounce back in the centre. Actually, Salmon had a quick look at Robin, so he must be worrying poor Salmon in the middle.
Drew, we just saw Burton come off. Also on the bench was Mark Bickley a moment ago. I'm just wondering whether that knock early has affected him or not.
Yes, it has slightly, Abba, just a little bit.
Yes, we saw in the opening minute or so a little bit of a shin to the head, accidental from Shane Crawford, that Bickley was worried about. Costa having a good game. Gets the kick away. Edwards in the chop again. Binky at ground level. Oh, he was hit pretty hard. And mopping up Crawford. Well, he's playing. Well, that ball's just to the line and bounces just in the field of play for a throw-in. But the job that Shane Crawford's doing, well, he's like a housemaid, mopping up 9 possessions.
But we're seeing Andrew McLeod. He is sitting outside the Adelaide 50 attacking zone, and Shane Crawford is going in and picking up plenty of touches back there by himself.
And fellas, Herbert is getting ready to come on.
And listen to the crowd supporting young Lucas Herbert, who missed out altogether last week in Melbourne.
It's the 5th quarter, Drew. He's finally getting a run.
There's a free kick here to the Crows. Benke, virtually right in front, and he'll kick to goal from 40 metres.
And I think, Drew, you'll find that there'll be one Hawthorn player happy with this, and that will be Salmon, because Robin is slightly outleaping him at the centre bounces.
At the end of the day, Curls, Paul Salmon's still 6'9".
Exactly.
So Benke kicks for goal and drills it beautifully.
Well, I always thought that you had to take your new car back to the dealer to get it serviced. But this friend of mine said that she gets hers serviced at UltraTune. They use all of the right parts and the price is fixed. Hey, they sound pretty good to me.
If this is a good bounce, it'll be a bone crusher.
So Herbert's gone straight onto the ball, and both ruckmen hit each other. I'm not sure either got a hand to it. Little hand pass in there from Lloyd. Comes eventually out to Crawford from 11. Inside the 50. Hart, not quite this time. Taken by Taylor. Yes, the mark was paid. To Ben Hart. The fences all come up, so Hart has nobody behind him. And he's 45 metres out from goal. Half back to half forward with his kick. And a good effort, not paid. Well, I don't know if that was a bit less of a mark than Hart. Barlow pops it over the top. Lord takes it at half back. Aaron Lord. Oh, he's cornered by Smart near the boundary line. Just works it up the ground. Big pack gathers short of half forward. Spills to Chick. He's lost it. Lloyd gets a hand pass out, and Hawthorn goes forward through Woods. On the run is Taylor, 45 metres out. Centering kick, not bad. Spills to the back, chance for Leckis. But first back is Jamison, who rushes it behind and just gets it there.
Only just rushed. I think when Rod Jamison hit that ball, he was hoping it was going to go a bit faster. The Hawthorn players just got a sniff there, right?
They certainly did, and you had the opportunity. It's not very much for Hawthorn down the forward line. But one for you, Kel. Seven has had 9 hit-outs to Robber and only 2, quite surprisingly.
Yeah, well, around the ground and boundary throw-ins, yeah, that's correct.
Must have been the 2 we saw, John.
And Bassett to Goodwin. Smart. Just a few paces in front of Barlow. Nigel Smart looking for movement. He's got Benke going across the half-forward line. He's got Costa leading straight up the ground. And Smart improves his position and comes wide. And this is dangerous now for Hawthorn. McLeod's got it in between wing and half forward. Beautiful kick, Edwards. And this is the perfect side of the ground for the Crows.
Drew, Crawford will have to watch that. He likes to play a little deeper in defence, and McLeod, you'll find, will come forward to defence to receive that type of kick with Crawford, trailing behind. You'll have to match him up tighter than that.
McLeod 6 possessions, Crawford 10. Edwards, 48. Left all the way, left, and another rush behind. That's 4 for the Crows in the first quarter.
Tyson Edwards up forward, getting plenty of the ball. That's his 5th kick, and a couple of good leads. And he's not the tallest bloke out there, but he is presenting himself beautifully. And the Crows midfield that comes through is finding him well. Andrew McLeod, very skilled.
Jonathan Hay, a youngster who's really stepped up this season. Goes for distance with this one. Clears the 50. Oh, no good if the opposition gets it. McGregor. Oh, touched on the mark. It spills to Edwards. Short kick in. Here's Bassett up from full back. Plays on quickly. Goodwin. Now Crawford has his 11th possession to Robrin. Jonathan Robrin clears for the Hawks. And Taylor takes the mark in between half-back and wing. Up towards true centre wing. Chick gets a shocking bounce. A bit unlucky there. Lloyd back to Chick. And back to Lloyd. Older brother of Matthew Lloyd, the Essendon superstar. Kick by Lloyd to the forward pocket. Not bad. Spoiled by Hart. Illegal, says the umpire.
Run the neck.
You're seeing Hawthorn get to the half-forward line, and there just aren't enough options up there for them. There's 1 or 2 Hawthorn players, but they're certainly well covered by the Adelaide defence, and it becomes a one-on-one competition. The result is a free kick on this occasion, but Adelaide defence seems to be holding up pretty well.
Tolliker out in the forward pocket. Tough shot for goal, this. Kicking from on the line, 43 metres out. Top of the square, not bad. Stepline takes the mark.
And Ken Judge would just expect at least 1 Hawthorn player to at least compete there.
Certainly.
Stengline playing just his 3rd AFL game. recruited in last year's draft from Western Australia, a youngster. Woods, centering kick. Bounces up all right. Chance here for the Hawks. Thompson. Long kick by Thompson, but just offline.
He's a good kid, Nathan Thompson. Really has come of age over this year. He's been with the club now for about 3 or 4 years, and I think that he's got a great future ahead of him.
Looked good coming through there. He certainly bounced, had a shot from 50, made the distance.
Took a while to get into the game. That was his first kick. Stenglein out of defence. Oh, collar guard! Almost. Just whipped off his fingernails by Rashudo.
Chase them out. They've got to be really on the ball today, Hawthorn Football Club, to get the chaser out of the forward line.
Costa's kick. Benke competes. Edwards firing on the forward line. And it was good hassling to take him all the way to the line by Turvey.
Just Kim Costa's running well today, and Rat, when he looks up and kicks for the percentage spot 45, 50 metres away, he's a much better player than when he tries the fancy short stuff.
He certainly does.
Another chance for the Crows. Herbert. Soccer away by Edwards. Ball sits up, but not taken cleanly by Gallagher. McLeod. Here's a bit of magic. Actually, Crawford ran him down well, and McLeod's hand pass went nowhere. Then a little soccer kick to Jarman, too far out. His hand pass astray. He's better off kicking it, Jars. Rashudo with toughness. They're losing ground in possession, the Crows. They've taken it from forward pocket to centre wing. Stenglein, the hand pass out wide. And that's very well done. Johnson into Vardy. Peter Vardy couldn't score from there. McGregor, excellent spoil just at the last moment. Crawford in front, gets it through Treleaven, and now the Hawks out of trouble. Taylor has it. That was McCabe who gave it to him. And now out wide to Dixon.
So they're going to keep moving the ball a bit quicker.
Dixon's kick to half forward, courage by Treleaven. He didn't know what was coming. Craig Treleaven, oh, well done by Hart, just to put Treleaven off his kick. Salmon's there on all fours. Not much good if you're 6'9" and you're crawling around on hands and knees. Bassett, the hound.
Playing with some confidence today, Nathan Bassett.
Well, he kicked that fantastic goal here a couple of weeks ago when he had 3 possessions, went all the way from full-back.
We've already seen him up in the Adelaide forward line once today. What is it with full-backs and goals?
And especially Adelaide-based full-backs.
Steve Paxman, 3rd goal in 3 weeks last night.
Yep. Jamieson. Across the ground. Edwards has been a target. Can you play the mark, please?
No, they ran the neck through, which is, I suppose, a little bit soft in this day and age of football.
If you see this pattern continuing, Rat, what do you think? The Crows are just dominating the game at this stage with the possession rate.
Yeah, I think that Hawthorn just falling down around the half-forward line, and, you know, with the absence of Nick Collins, it's going to be that little bit more difficult to get it down forward to a big man. So Salmon and Nathan Thompson got a big job today.
Edwards for his 7th kick in this first quarter and lining up for his 2nd goal. Nearly 40 metres out. Perfect. Well, it completes a pretty good quarter for the Crows. Even though they had 10 scoring shots for just 3 goals, it's a pretty handy lead. In fact, 4 goals. It's 4-7 to 1 goal 2. And congratulations all round from the team unit here. They worked hard to get it into the forward line and got it inside 50 plenty of times, but of their 7 behinds, 4 of them were rushed. So don't despair. Bit of trouble for Chick.
Adelaide forward line. Perhaps Darren Jarman was a focus point there, but suddenly Tyson Edwards stepped up, and he was the man to watch that quarter, certainly.
Well, Tyson Edwards had Chris Obbs first, but finished up with Nathan Turvey.
Well, it's a pretty handy lead. 4-7 to 1 goal 2, quarter time.
Good afternoon. Coming up at 5:35 in 790 News, at half-time in the Crows match, police shoot and kill a 26-year-old man in the western suburbs. They were answering a call for a domestic dispute. 2 shots were fired. A full investigation has been launched. Also tonight, one of Adelaide's best-known restaurants burns down overnight. Investigators suspect arson. And a flock of a different kind lines up for a blessing. Those stories plus sport at 5:35. See you then.
Here's a couple who bought a renovator's delight. While they're proud of the breakthrough they've made,
Put in some French doors and then pave the courtyard.
not everybody shares their vision. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
Let's start with accent. It's good value. It's our own brand. Great range of colours.
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
You can see it, can't you, darling?
Yeah. It'll come.
It's been totally re-engineered and redesigned with more safety features and more luxury than ever before. And now it's available with a PowerTech V8 engine and the unique Quadra Drive four-wheel drive system. Introducing the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most capable Jeep ever.
Regain 2% is the only medically proven treatment for hereditary hair loss in both men and women. Used twice a day, it helps slow or stop hereditary hair loss in 8 out of 10 people. Your pharmacist will advise you whether this preparation is suitable for your condition.
Break a family tradition. Keep your hair.
Just over a year ago, Bob spoke to a CPA for business advice. In a sense, business has been booming because the CPA doesn't just help you with your finances. They help you see the big picture.
Want a great bargain for the home? Hit a home run at Truscott Hi-Fi. This fabulous Miele dishwasher for $1,299 is a big hit. So is this Daewoo frost-free fridge for just $1,099. This Simpson 5.5 kilo washer for $649 is a crowd favourite, as is the Daewoo 2 horsepower split air conditioner for $1,695. Hit a home run with a great home bargain from Truscott's. Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms.
If you already have your home insurance with SGIC, why not think about insuring your car with us too? We'll give you 10% off both.
Pizza. But it's gotta be good. Loads of sizzling toppings. No skimping on the cheese. Oh, it's gotta be Pizza Hut, because they taste the best.
You'll always find the right part for your car at AutoPro.
About to start the second quarter, Robran and Salmon. Well, there wasn't much in that. Salmon gets it down to Crawford and gets it back and is immediately ducked into the centre circle. Crawford on all fours, and the umpire with a secondary bounce.
Shane Crawford has been in absolutely everything so far in the game. Be good to see him with the Hawks heading with a slight breeze, probably worth 1 or 2 goals, that he plays perhaps across the centre line, heading half forward.
Salmon wins again. Lloyd is there, beaten to it by Ormond Allen. His kick deep inside the 50. Hawthorn didn't get there often in the first quarter, and the Crows haven't wasted much time getting there in the second. And that'll be a ball up on the 50.
Just inside the 50s, Drew. Adelaide was 17 times in their 50 to Hawthorn 9 times. So there is a bit of breeze going to the right side of the screen.
Well, I suppose it's lucky for the Hawks that the accuracy wasn't quite there.
Very happy fresh.
And the ball out of play.
He's got everything crossed. Fingers, toes.
No, I can't see myself being a little bit biased here, but...
even your hair's crossed.
Boys, interchange for the Crows. No change then. And for Hawthorn, Hassel, Rawling, Obst and Rock.
Robran beats Salmon. Edwards again. Wrapped up by Turvey.
Tyson Edwards, very good with balls on the ground and very skillful player up forward.
2 quick players, aren't they? Turvey and Edwards.
And loves a goal.
Forward pocket here for the Crows. Salmon with better timing. Burton gets it over the top, but Salmon takes the mark. Did that go 10 metres? The crowd didn't think so.
Yes, Drew.
You thought so?
Paul Salmon's runabout.
Oh, and a shocking hand pass by the Fish, straight at Treleven's feet. Good heavens. Taylor's got it. And kicks it backwards.
Just saw Paul Salmon, he just did not want to bounce that ball. I know it's a long way down from about 6'9", but he ran the best part of 20 metres.
Drew, if that was 10 metres, I'd hate to buy land off him.
Yeah. Look at that hand pass by Salmon.
He just seemed to try and find someone up forward. There was no leads back here. Put him under a bit of pressure.
This time his hand pass is blocked. McCabe gets it out. Prosciutto, beautiful over the ball. Great play by Mark Prosciutto. Jarman in front. Good punch by Hay. Back out to the 50. Bickley went in hard and finds Smart. Runs around a bit of a circle. Back to Robin. He sets up and booms it. Well, tried to kick the leather off the ball. Oh, it comes to Edwards. Just for another one. Good tackle, Crawford. And Turvey's unlucky. He socked that out. Oh, the boundary umpire said it was above the knee. So it won't be a free kick, it'll be a throw-in. We were blocked from view, so I can't argue with that decision.
Burton thinks that to fall.
Crows working hard in the forward pocket, trying to snare a goal out of this. Hawthorn have blocked up the area. There's only 2 pairs of players forward of the centre circle to the right-hand end of the ground.
And Hawthorn are going with a win.
And they trail, so you wonder how they're ever going to eat away at this deficit. Keaton.
Yeah, it's more of just a light breeze than I think a win. There's not much in it.
But, Curls, you flood the back line when you trail. How do you ever pull the deficit back?
That's correct.
Benke, good long kick. So he can kick going that way, no worries. Trelevin. No distance with that kick. Salmon gets it away from Robrin, but only as far as Goodwin on the boundary line. He centres with discipline. Edwards a target again, but good mark by Taylor. Out of defence to Dixon.
Plays one in front now, Barlow.
Barlow, just a camp underneath it. Ormond Allen came. Barlow's counting his bones, because when Ormond Allen comes at you like that, you're sometimes in trouble. Costa. Benke. Oh, good mark. That is a contested mark.
Benke's played it pretty good the last couple of weeks, hasn't he, Bruce?
He certainly has. He's fitted into the Adelaide lineup over the last month very nicely. He plays a bit taller than he really is, as we saw with that contested mark, and certainly provides another target up there. A slightly different target.
Yes.
2 marks coming up for his 5th kick. Brian Benke playing just his 6th AFL game. 40 metres out. Burton! Up nearly as high. Oh, is that a goal? It is.
It's back. We're giving away more money.
Did you know that?
To even more winners.
You're making people seriously rich.
Call now to register for your $1 million chance of a lifetime. Returns Monday, 7:30 on 7.
There's one thing a girl hates.
Is this the big 3-5?
It's a birthday shop.
Nell thinks I might be in love with you.
But an even bigger surprise is coming.
We got it together, didn't we, baby?
When Barry White joins Ali's party Monday.
Tyson Edwards kicked that goal for the Crows. He's now got 3-1 in the score of 5 goals, 7. So what a game he's having. 8 kicks, 3 marks, and 3 goals already. Smart has it for the Crows. Well, the Hawks didn't want an Adelaide goal, but that's a trick by Barlow. Deliberate, that'll be 50.
Nigel Smart playing with plenty of confidence there. He took on 2 or 3 Hawthorn players. Just about got clear, but the deliberate trip there, and 50 metres. That's a reasonable 50 metres too.
Oh, a reasonable 50 metres. It's put in on the inside of the 50 by about 20 or 30 metres, so you would think he's...
Kicking into a slight breeze.
Oh, yeah.
Put your money on him, Brad.
He's a backman, though, Bruce.
He won't pass off there.
So Nigel Smart from in front, 40 metres out. Gets away to the right a bit, but he's wobbled it home. Well, Rank, the last 4 losses for the Hawks, they haven't been belted on any occasion. Their biggest loss in the last month has been 34 points. It's not looking too good here.
Well, Drew, that's a little bit unfortunate there. Like Chris Barlow tried everything to try and get Nigel Smart there, but unfortunately enough, just tied up with his legs, and and that comes with a 50-metre penalty. So hopefully for the Hawthorn sake that they don't lose control by half-time of this game.
The important thing for Hawthorn is to reply, is to at least stop the Adelaide run on now.
Salmon wins in the middle. Crawford can be confused, Crawford and Lloyd, but that was Lloyd, and he couldn't get it clear, and the umpire will ball it up.
You see Matthew Robber in a solid game last week, to have some tired legs. He's not a young player, he's 28 years old. Suddenly Paul Salmon's getting his hand to it pretty easily each time now.
From where I look, 28 is a hell of a young. Salmon, but chopped off by Smart. Just over the centre circle, nobody got to it. Knocked on by Costa, chance for McGregor. Burton going past, great play by the Crows. Another trip, another 50, a certain goal.
Don't see that very often, fellas.
Nobody on the mark. Burton wanted to just jog up and kick this goal, but finally they get back. Well, this is a disaster for the Hawks.
Sorry.
Rosemount, Diamond Lounge,
Cougar Bourbon, $25.99.
Rosemount, Diamond Label Chardonnay, $12.99.
Palm Premium Light, $18.99 a case.
Yellow sparkling wines, $10.99.
I'll do it again.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local Sip and Save.
Well, incredible to see 2 goals from a trip by hand with a 50-metre penalty in the space of a couple of minutes. Both against the Hawks, who are really under the pump here. And there's a further Crows free kick in midfield to Mark Bickley, who's taken a few knocks today.
He spent a bit of time in the first quarter on the bench after a knock in the first minute, but they don't come much harder or tougher than Mark Bickley.
Well, you can certainly kick going right to left. Look at the distance on that. Hand pass goes to Burton. He gets boot to ball. It's knocked down. Taylor under the pump. Robrin. Vardy takes it to ground, and that's a ball up in front, 35 or 40 metres out from goal. And the Crows at the moment playing all over the Hawks.
They're playing with confidence. They played with it, well, for 3 quarters last week as well. They just seem to be out there enjoying their football.
Ball up. Robrin beats Salmon. Comes down to Treleaven. So hands the ball by the ruckman doesn't necessarily get your team the ball. Here's Anthony Rock, who started the game on the bench. Was there for the first quarter. Lord flips it into Leckis. They're there in support. Tony Woods, a very high kick, not much penetration. Oh, good mark, Thompson.
It's a good kid, Thompson. I like this boy. He's probably at 40 metres out. Big, strong boy, Nathan, this. And a fair chance of putting this through, so it's a goal which they desperately need.
At the moment, it's 14 scoring shots to 3. The Hawks will certainly need this. Young Nathan Thompson. 40 out. Good kick.
Collided with another driver at a roundabout. Now, I hadn't been with Amy very long. I'd swapped from another company I'd been with for at least 20 years because of the increase in premiums. Amy's service was fantastic. It was very personal, it was very sympathetic, it was very efficient, and it was very fast. They arranged to have the car towed to their customer service centre. I got a refund cheque for the whole of the insured value within a couple of days. It was just so easy with Amy. It really was.
Is this Hawthorn's footy manager, John Hook, running up the stairs here with a Hawthorn number 44 jumper with footy boots? Flats, get out there.
Sit down. Marie, come on.
Salmon down to Crawford. Couldn't get boot to ball. Bickley goes off the ground. Barker. Prosciutto couldn't quite reach it. And happy to see it out at half forward.
Playing well, Prosciutto. He's had 8 kicks to Daniel Chick, only one kick, so he's playing well.
Johnny Platten will be handy for Hawthorn at the moment. Unfortunately, Shane Crawford having to do a lot of work centre back, and they just need another run-on player from centre forward that can run through and break lines.
11 gets around Goodwin pretty well. Thompson off hands. Crawford. Vardy's shadow is there. McLeod missed it. Crawford goals. Well, that's 2 in a row for the Hawks.
He's playing both ends of the ground.
Yes, he's having a great game, Shane, and that's his 14th possession, so certainly trying to keep the Hawks in the game as much as they can.
Those 2 quick goals in reply, so just when it looked like Adelaide could have just burst it right open and run away with it, suddenly 2 quick goals to Hawthorn, and the scoreboard doesn't look that bad all of a sudden.
In this quarter, boys, Hawthorn have been inside their 50 twice for 2 goals, and Adelaide have been in there 9 times already.
Back in the middle, and at last Hawthorn have managed 2 goals in a row. Crawford playing back, middle and forward.
He's brought his own footy today.
Oh, unbelievable. But can't do it all on your own. And Hart takes the mark for the Crows. They set, McGregor, ball from behind. Crawford again. It's not a Sharon, it is a Crawford. Dixon, 48 metres out. Not a bad effort.
Good go.
It's a great effort.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! No! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here. The bill each.
Well, only a few minutes ago, the Crows were 7-7 to 1-2. And the Hawks have kicked 3 in 3 minutes. Salmon wins down to Bickley. And we know the Hawks can come back. Remember that game about a month ago against St Kilda? They turned it around by 63 points that day. Hey, wide to Salmon. He marked it just inside the line.
I know it's a wonderful competition to see Andrew McLeod on Shane Crawford, but there's a come a time when perhaps Malcolm White has to stop Shane Crawford with a tagger rather than 2 running players like that. I just saw the Adelaide runner out there to Andrew McLeod, so he might have got the whisper about the defensive side of his game.
Barker kicks to half forward. Ball knocked out by Ormond Allen.
It's a very good captain's effort by Crawford, though. I think he decided that he had to attack. He wasn't doing quite so, and he certainly did attack in that last 5 minutes.
Trent Ormond Allen's got a good straight-up jump. He and Brett Burton on the same ground.
Yeah. Well done by Salmon. Inside the 50. Hawthorn have got a few back. Oh, Rashudo beats Barlow. And Rashudo, that's his first mark. Coming up for his 12th disposal. Away to Ben Hart. It's around too easily. With contempt to half forward, Vardy. Oh, it's chopped off. Good mark there, taken by
Jade Rawlings.
Rawlings.
First game for the year, Jade.
On the ground for the Hawks. Playing his 23rd career game. Been at the club for a fair while now. Smart goes wide to Costa. Kicked by Kim Costa. Oh, Benke. Nobody back there. Taylor got there late, but even Taylor's half his size.
Well, he struggled from about 40 metres out at this angle, so you'd suggest that... well, shall we put the knockers on him right now? He won't make the distance, Brad.
He won't make the distance, and I'm thinking they're probably top of the square, I would imagine. But he's having a crack of it.
Well, I reckon he can kick well, Brian Benke.
I think his last kick wasn't his best.
Not without a show. Well, it's only a metre short, off hands and through for a behind. 5 rush behinds now to the Crows. They've hit the half century. Rawlings in short. There's Crawford. He is just everywhere. Burning up this turn to Barker. Crawford wants it back, and he'll get it. He demands the footy, Shane Crawford. And his kick out to Chick. Almost. Wants to flip the ball on. Couldn't do so. And the Crows have wrapped it up. Well done by Jarman, who's about 100 metres away from his spot.
Curls, can I ask you, the only way Hawthorn can get back into the game is through Shane Crawford. Is it time to actually put a stopper on him?
That's an interesting point. Do you reckon do he covers more ground than we used to in the old days?
Well, you'd never admit that, Curls.
Well, we're midway through the second quarter, and Benton's got it here again. And just looking up Crawford's stats, 18 possessions, and he's got 9 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, you say, Ab, because McLeod is not a real known checker. He likes to play his attacking game.
You see Mark Bickley come off field.
Yes, Bickley off for Johnson.
Is he just that knock still suffering?
No, he seems to be okay. I don't think there's any problem there.
I would think with Johnson on the ground, he might go straight to Crawford.
Benke, 48. He hooked it and elevated it. Edwards with the climb. And it comes down to Vardy.
As Tyson Edwards is having a big day on the forward line, he's going for the pack marks as well now.
Full of confidence, Bruce.
That's gone over the behind line, but it's no score. The umpire's actually going to ball it up. So another big chance here for the Crows.
And something to remember, Drew, the two goal-seeking powers, Jarman and Vardy, have yet to score one.
Knocked over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw-in. Edwards has got 3, and then we have singles to Costa, Smart, Burton, and Benke.
Vardy's had a couple of chances, girls.
Oh, yes, but you know you're having chances, you got to get them.
Now Crawford goes off the ground. Give him another stat. Goodwin did well. Oh, pick up by Jarman in the goal square. Oh, good tackling. The Hawks couldn't clear it. And another rush behind here to the Crows. Well, they've just given them a goal because that's 6 rush behind.
They're under pressure in the Hawthorn defence, certainly under incredible pressure by Adelaide.
Oh, here's McLeod.
Well, Drew, the kick was going to Shane Crawford. It was a bad kick and went straight to his man.
I'll tell you what, Kenny Judge might be happy with that.
I don't think any coach would be happy with that.
Well, the Hawks were hanging on, girls. They got back into it, and they stopped the Adelaide procession. And suddenly something like this is, can break a team's heart.
Break their momentum, yeah. They got them believing themselves. They were playing like a confident side there for a while.
Robber off, Herbert on. As McLeod kicks for goal. Funny looking kick. Just gets there.
Minus 10 out of 10.
When you've got a job to do, the best way to get 10 out of 10 results is teamwork. That's why with help from the teams at Mitre 10 at Wattle, you'll not only be a winner, you'll also be helping to support South Australia's favourite sons, the Adelaide Crows.
We got Daddy.
And that's gotta feel good.
Mitre 10 out of 10 every time.
Actually, if it had been Paul Salmon on the line rather than Luke McCabe, he might have stopped that going through for a goal. But
would have caught it on the end of the goal square.
you just think that McLeod from that distance, it was a certain goal, just walked back to the centre circle. It's shocking. 6-pointer though. Dixon contests hard. Colica goes to ground. Barker fires out the hand pass and is bipped to the ground by Smart. Ball comes out to Rock, and he's offline and through for a minor score. And Barker counting his teeth at the moment.
Bit groggy.
Gee, boys, it's off screen now for the viewers, but Leckis, do you reckon he's putting a lot of pressure on Burton? He really is playing him tight.
Stenglein, the young West Australian, in his first season with the Crows. Herbert takes a mark just inside the line, and the crowd happy with that.
These players everywhere.
Half volley, pick up by Johnson. Well, here they go. Costa to the 50. Half. Hits the ground running. Centering ball. McGregor. Edwards in the chop again. Hand pass went behind Jarman, and the Hawks able to get out of trouble. Hassel. Good running mark by Costa. Having the Crows float up into the forward line. Funny old kick by Costa. Smart. Back to Rashuto. He'll drill it. Half distance pass this time. Benke, another mark.
Just went a bit too far out.
Taken 5 marks now, Brian Benke.
The Crows have had plenty of possession, but when they've gone across centre, they've certainly mucked around a little bit.
They have, yes.
Moores the lead of Park. That's another helicopter kick. McGregor tries one from behind. It comes to Crawford. Another possession him. Hassel goes the bounce. Now they clear. For 11. Centre field. Lord awkward. McLeod rips it off him. Smart. Oh, well done. Over Smart. Through Goodman. Back to McLeod. Over the top. Benke's at full stretch. Well, Burton was interfered with before the ball got there.
Yeah, the umpire saw that through. got mixed up with a couple of players around that centre forward area.
Rock. Good punch by Stengline. And good poise by the youngster. Goodwin. Ormond Allen. For 11, can't get him. Kick by Ormond Allen. McCabe is back there.
Doing a fair job on Vardy, McCabe, so hopefully that the other backman can take a leaf out of that.
Yeah, Vardy just 3 possessions.
Ormond Allen probably stayed more down the corridor rather than head out to the flank there.
Rawlings to Hay, who's gone all the way from full back. Well run, Jonathan Hay. Here's Luke McCabe. Up at centre wing. Oh, a solid shepherd by play. Barker still recovering from that last knock. Comes to Rashudo. And it's a free kick, Hawthorn. Throw. Quickly taken by Barlow. To the goal square. Thompson's there. Barlow's kick goes on and on.
Catch me if you can.
Yeah, the free kick was given for what the umpire termed a push-off in the face.
Girls, Mark Rashudo out last week with an ankle injury, but absolutely no effects whatsoever today. He is on fire across the half-back line.
Yeah, no sign of it today, Eva.
Got 4 minutes remaining to half-time. And here's the Roo again. 57 to 28. 29 points the difference. At one stage it was 41. Sort of a hand pass through Woods to Crawford. Another possession for Shane Crawford. Intercept by Burton. It wasn't Burton that time, it was Johnson. And Shane Crawford will be last up with the footy, and now he's up to 15 kicks, 7 hand passes, 5 marks.
Well, it was his second effort there. The handball he had to give up in a hurry. It wasn't good. The Crows intercepted it, but he went again against 3 Crows and forced the ball up, which is a tremendous captain's effort.
Well done by Herbert. To Costa. And inside 50. Burton comes over the top to spoil. And hack it out of defence. Great pick up by Tim Costa. Maybe he's second. Right to the line, but McCabe gets back. And we'll give it another rush behind.
You get the feeling, Brad, Darren Jarman's had 1 kick, and he loves playing against his old team.
Yes, he does. And
you're just waiting for that 10-minute purple patch. You're dreading it, I know.
I'm dreading it. Even though they're about 5 goals ahead, you don't want Jarman to kick a goal or 2.
Well, a few times in the last couple of years, he's waited till the last quarter. That's when he killed you.
Yes.
Woods, up to half forward. Chick. Gets it to Barlow, who's beaten to it. Johnson better effort at it than Barlow. Comes wide to Ormond Allen. Rashudo, spoiled by Rock. Caught between a rock and a hard place. Jamison. McGregor. You like to look at this boy? And a lot of size about him. Wait till he grows up.
He's a big boy, Drew.
The Crows have had a number of shots from around about the 50-metre arc, and none of them have gone through, Drew. They've all landed in the goal square, so...
We need someone standing on the top of the square there, Bruce.
McGregor. That is a good kick. How about that?
Right up until now, right? Tremendous kick.
If your living room looks and feels as cold and uninviting as your fridge,
Turn up the temperature with a splash of colour.
make your home feel warm and stylish.
Quick and easy renovating tips. Plus, the secret to creating delicious tomato soup. Tuesday on Better Homes and Gardens.
Then, explore the Arctic wilderness.
Come on, boys!
Discover Western Australia by paddle and pedal.
An adventure holiday near Perth.
And experience the culture of the Red Centre. Escape to the great outdoors. Tuesday on 7.
Ken McGregor with the best kick for goal we've seen here today. Great kick. Ball back in the centre. 9-10 to 4 goals 4. James on for the first time. Taken away from Crawford by his teammate. Back to Lekas. Costa. She's had plenty of it.
She's 12th kick.
Out to centre wing. Kane Johnson. Kick smothered. Well done by Tony Woods.
Well, early in the quarter, Hawthorn replied that it looked like the Crows were going to run away with it. They replied with a couple of quick goals. It really is coming time for them to put their hand up with a couple more goals. But half-time coming up, and you don't want to go in 5 or 6 goals down.
Herbert over the top. Gains a few metres, back out of bounds.
Just while you're there, boy, the Rat, well, when you were mucking around playing with Hawthorn, they were a pretty powerful unit.
Mucking around?
What's the difference you see today? What aren't they doing that they were doing in your day?
Oh, I suppose they're a much younger side, Kells. You know, I suppose the belief in other players, and we didn't have to rely on 3 or 4 players. We relied on our whole side and just a team of champions.
Okay.
Costa, Vardy at the front, couldn't win possession. Edwards back to the goal square, and guess who? Shane Crawford once again. What a game! Johnny Hassel. Smart closing him down. Dixon didn't reach him though. Well done, Gemma. And Jamison again to James just on. Hassel intercepts. They're here in support. Taylor, not a bad kick. Thompson's there. Good effort by Bassett and Thompson. Crowd recognising the effort, but I'm sure they saw Bassett's effort more than Thompson's.
The rug contest, Kells, one for you. Hawks 25, Adelaide 13.
Yeah.
Johnson.
You would expect that, right? Because you've got to say that the Crows' best 3 ruckmen are unavailable.
Johnson to Jamison. And he's kicked to centre-half forward. McGregor again. Well done.
It's good taking in front of his eyes. You know, he didn't take it on his chest. Good enough to take it with strong fingers.
McLeod to Jarman. But the spoil was there from Hay. Jonathan Hay's done a great job on Darren Jarman.
Outstanding job. He jumped with Darren Jarman then. Jarman just tried to get that little push off, but he went with him and put the fist up there to spoil it. Well, Hawthorn might be winning plenty of the ruck tap-outs, but the Crows certainly getting control of the ball pretty soon after that.
Certainly are, Bruce. Just there around the area, and even though Crawford's getting on the ball, it's just the other players he needs around and help him.
Well, there's the siren for half-time, and at times it was a little bit scrappy by the Crows. They finished up 9-10 at the long break. To Hawthorn, 4 goals for. The Hawks kicked 4 goals for the term, and they got them all in the middle of the quarter in the space of about 2.5 or 3 minutes. Malcolm Blythe, he'll be able to find some things in there to criticise with his Crows, some of their disposals, some of the kicks, but they do have a handy lead, 9-10 to 4-4.
On Today Tonight, Adelaide's landlord versus tenant.
I can tidy the place up.
He owes $30,000 in rent.
You'd have to be the landlord from hell.
And the owner wants him out.
Tenant from hell.
But he just won't go. 6:30 Monday.
Hurry to McDonald's for your last chance at Match and Win Monopoly. You can still win Honda HRVs, holidays to Disneyland flying Air New Zealand, and cash from Aussie Home Loan. Taxi! Hotel on Mayfair, thanks.
You couldn't beat a new Holden Commodore, and you couldn't beat Hamilton Holden. They're the family car company behind the man behind his family.
Thinking new Holden Commodore? Think Hamilton Holden.
The family car company.
If you already have your home insurance with SGIC, why not think about insuring your car with us too? We'll give you 10% off both.
From one of the most soulful singers of our time comes a brilliant new album by our very own Renee Geyer, Sweet Life.
I'm gonna make you love me.
All the critics agree this is Renee at her best.
Rolling Stone says this should re-establish Geyer at the forefront of our national pop consciousness.
Don't be so sad.
Renee Geyer makes the comeback of the year with Sweet Life.
Packet-free gift box pen set, $2. TAC 3A videotapes, $2.49. Dish drainers, $2. Large tea towels, just $1. Look at the styles. These are fantastic. Genuine Australian, made in China. $1. $1. 1 litre dishwashing liquid, $1. Holds 80 photos, just $1.50. Calculators are crazy, $2 each. 5-piece paintbrush set, just $2 a set. And a huge range of kids' books. Have a look at these, just $1 each, just $1 each.
Everyone's disappearing to call Pizza Haven, because for $9.95 you can pick up any 2 large pizzas. So hurry before this offer disappears.
Call your Pizza Haven. Call up Pizza Haven tonight.
Which one's yours?
That one.
Oh, beautiful. And so are you. Yes, you are. Good.
Proudly, your Mitsubishi sales team offer 3 years of free service on new V6 Magna and Verado.
We love these cars.
Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves in tonight's all-action movie, Speed.
This is 7 Nightly News with John Riddell.
Tonight, a full inquiry after police shoot an Adelaide man, a noted restaurant burned to the ground, and the search for answers to the Fiji plane crash. Good evening, and first tonight, police have shot and killed a 26-year-old man. The shooting came as officers tried to calm Luke Donaghy, who'd been embroiled in a domestic dispute at his parents' Nova Gardens home. It's understood the dead man threatened the officers with a knife. A full-scale commissioner's inquiry is underway.
Luke Donaghy was still alive when an ambulance rushed him to hospital about 8 o'clock last night. A uniformed police officer allegedly shot him after being called to a domestic dispute.
A number of shots were fired. A male person was wounded. He was conveyed to the Flinders Medical Centre, where he subsequently died.
It's understood officers initially used capsicum spray to resolve the dispute, but when they were threatened with a large kitchen knife, one of the officers allegedly shot Donaghy in the eye.
Police officers are entitled to fire their weapons if they or members of the public are at risk of serious bodily harm or death.
The officers performed CPR on the wounded man until paramedics arrived. This morning, grieving relatives gathered to console Luke Donaghy's parents and brother. Most neighbours declined to comment because they all knew the Donaghys, who've lived in the same house for 30 years.
That's pretty terrible and very unexpected. I got the news last night from my wife ringing up, and she's pretty shocked.
Acting Commissioner Neil McKenzie says he's concerned this is the 4th time this year police officers have resorted to discharging their firearms. A report's being prepared for the state coroner to determine if the officers were justified taking this extreme action. Peter Caldecott, 7 Nightly News.
One of Adelaide's best-known eateries has been destroyed by a fire, which investigators believe was deliberately lit. The damage bill from the fire is expected to exceed $500,000. Incredibly, the restaurant's owner dramatically reduced his insurance just last week.
The Magic Flute on Melbourne Street was well alight when fire crews arrived just after 3 o'clock this morning. After forcing their way in, 20 firefighters took more than an hour to bring the blaze under control, battling intense heat and thick black smoke. Cherry pickers were used to direct water from above. The restaurant's owner of 3 years, Ken Ling, watched in horror as his family business was destroyed. He closed the restaurant at 12:30 last night. A security firm phoned him with the bad news 3 hours later. Among the irreplaceable items, 10 bottles of Grange Hermitage dating back to 1971. Investigators were back at the scene this morning. They're interested in burn marks on the floor, possibly caused by an accelerant, but the exact cause of the fire may not be known for a month.
Well, it looks like a scene of devastation. You'd have to rebuild, I'd say.
The Ling family is still unsure whether they'll reopen the Magic Flute. Only last week, in a cost-cutting measure, they reduced their insurance to just $90,000. Jessica Sullivan, 7 Nightly News.
It's been confirmed a 6th Australian was among those killed in yesterday's plane crash in Fiji. All 17 people on board died when the Brazilian-built plane plowed into a mountain on a flight from Suva to Nandi.
The crash site, close up, a mess of splintered debris littered through dense jungle, and among it all, the scattered possessions of 17 victims. Fiji's worst air disaster was originally thought to have claimed 5 Australian lives. Now, that figure's been revised.
No, we can confirm that unfortunately there were 6 on that flight.
With them were 8 Fijians, 1 New Zealander, 1 Chinese and 1 Japanese. Relatives of the Australians aboard have already begun to arrive here.
Clearly devastated, clearly devastated.
Through the afternoon, these helicopter shuttle flights ferried the dead back to the capital, each taken to the temporary morgue set up at the airport. All here agree none of the 17 had stood a chance yesterday morning.
At some stages, you know, the cliff, the mountain's up like this, and we're scrambling to get just to find a foothold.
James Bargwan was one of the first on the scene, forced to deal with the horror of the crash, and then looters.
You know, taking clothes off dead people. One of the guys boasted about getting a jacket off the dead doctor and stuff like that.
This was the man who took that jacket, proudly wearing it today. Police will investigate, but their priority is now the cause of the crash. And tonight they'll receive some expert assistance. 3 Australian specialists from the Bureau of Air Safety are on their way here to help the local investigation. In Suva, Fiji, Chris Reason, 7 Nightly News.
A day after the tragic murder-suicide that claimed the lives of 4 children and their father, police have revealed he was facing charges of serious assault. It's provided one of the only clues to the shocking tragedy that's left a devastated family asking why.
It's a tragedy that defies explanation. 4 children murdered by their father. Their bodies found in this car parked in isolated bushland 250 kilometres south of Perth. 9 children have been killed in murder-suicides in less than a month. The last 3 weeks ago, a mother murdered her 5 children. Today, family and friends of these latest victims spoke of the terrible wait for news and the disbelief when it came through.
It's not knowing where they were and then all of a sudden it's come to this. Nobody expected this.
The children's father, Mark Heath, last made contact on Monday. There appeared to be nothing wrong. But police today revealed Heath had a violent past. He was facing charges of serious assault. It's believed he stabbed a man for allegedly assaulting one of his children. Today, family members, too distressed to be interviewed, said there was no doubt Mark Heath loved his children. They just don't know what went so wrong.
Why? It's something that there's never an answer for it. You just never know, and that's the hardest, I think, to deal with.
Graham Butler, 7 Nightly News.
The federal government has started the process to sell another slice of Telstra and raise $18 billion. As our money expert David Koch reports, existing and new shareholders will be guaranteed shares.
All Australians will be invited to participate in Australia's largest public share offer and share in the ownership of Telstra.
It's the official start of the government's campaign to woo the hearts and wallets of Australians for over 2 billion new Telstra shares worth over $18 billion. If you're keen, you have to pre-register for a prospectus before August 16. That will entitle the public to a guaranteed 400 shares if they decide to go ahead. Existing Telstra shareholders don't have to pre-register and will automatically be entitled to buy 1 new share for every 5 shares they hold now, up to a maximum 10,000 new shares. The sale of another 16.6% of Telstra means the public will own 49% of the phone giant, and stockbrokers like the new deal.
I think we still see it as a growth industry, and of course Telstra is a very strong business, so generally we're recommending Telstra as a buy.
Now remember, this is simply an offer to register an interest and get a guarantee of shares if you want them. Now that decision can only be made when the price is released, and that'll be a couple of weeks. David Koch, 7 Nightly News.
Coming up, the Aussie with his eye on the top Olympic job and a birthday tribute to some medical miracles.
Everybody hold on to your seat. Come on! There is a bomb on this bus. If we slow down, it'll blow.
Tonight, 8:30 on 7. Speed. Take a drive through the eastern suburbs and keep going. Test drive Spring Hill, arguably Adelaide's most prestigious land release. Spring Hill Golden Grove, more livable than the eastern suburbs and far more affordable.
Ian Berry Insurance Brokers arrange insurance for all types of vehicles, including cars, vans, utes, caravans and semi-trailers. Ian Berry Insurance Brokers for value for money insurance. You can pay monthly and avoid the burden of the annual insurance bill. Phone for a quick quote and see how much you can save on your insurance. Ask about the discounts available on nominated driver and low-kilometre car insurance.
At Subway, we believe there's only one way to make a sandwich. Your way. Choose from our fresh-baked white or whole wheat bread, our selection of tasty meats and variety of fresh salads. And we'll make your sandwich just the way you like it. We think you'll agree that your way is the only way. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
There's only one thing we want from our home loan.
And that's to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Whatever you want from a home loan, the National can tailor a solution. To find out more, just call 136364.
What do you call a place positioned so perfectly, so privately, that it almost defies description? We've called it the Sanctuary, Spring Hill. Discover our new land release, Spring Hill's finest.
It's back.
We're giving away more money. Did you know that? To even more winners.
You're making people seriously rich.
Call now to register for your $1 million chance of a lifetime. Returns Monday, 7:30 on 7.
Police have cracked a huge drug smuggling operation, netting them a record haul of 80 kilos of heroin worth $80 million. Several New South Wales police branches, the NCA, federal and international forces were involved in the seizure. 3 Chinese nationals were arrested, allegedly trying to transfer the heroin between 2 cars. The amount could have been divided for sale into about 2 million hits. SOCOG Vice President Kevin Gosper believes Olympic athletes should take greater responsibility for the removal of drugs in sport. He says he'd enforce this if he became president of the International Olympic Movement.
Kevin Gosper says he hasn't decided whether he'll run for the IOC presidency when Juan Antonio Samaranch retires in 2001.
If I judge at the time, I have the support, I'll throw my hat in.
But today he sounded like a man on the campaign trail.
I think I would bring a corporate style of management which would firstly address the way in which we bid for cities and have the cities organise the games.
As president, he says he'd enforce greater transparency in the Olympic movement.
I think I'd turn much more responsibility back on the athletes in terms of getting the doping and the drug taking out, as well as the administrative work that's done on testing and sanctioning.
Speaking to Channel 7, Mr. Gosper claimed some responsibility for the internationally embarrassing marching bands fiasco.
No blame against Michael Knight. If you want to blame anybody, blame the SOCOG board, and I'm a vice president of it.
Rani Sadler, 7 Nightly News.
The Yugoslav War Crimes Tribunal will investigate the massacre of 14 Serb farm workers in Kosovo. Slobodan Milosevic is blaming the NATO-led peacekeeping force for the killings, saying it's failing to protect Serbs.
The men were killed as they harvested wheat near the village of Graco. All were shot at close range in what appears to have been an ambush. Locals blame the Kosovo Liberation Army, but Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic blames NATO and the United Nations and is demanding full protection for Serbs in Kosovo. Concerns in the Middle East that the Dead Sea is, well, dying. It has so much salt you can't sink, but now the water level is sinking by over ½ a metre a year. The reason, too much water is being taken by Israel and Jordan from the Jordan River, which feeds the Dead Sea, while some companies have set up large evaporation pools in their search for salt and other minerals. At the present rate, the Dead Sea will be just a puddle in a few hundred years. And a shock for motorists on San Francisco's Interstate 80 when a light aircraft touched down in an emergency landing. It all went well until a wing clipped a pole and it became a crash landing. The pilot and passenger escaped injury, but a headache for the highway patrol. What to give them? A speeding ticket or a parking ticket?
Back home, and today marks the 21st birthday of perhaps one of the most important medical advances of our time. The Adelaide Zoo provided the venue for the 21st birthday celebrations of the IVF, or in vitro fertilisation technique, which gave hopes to tens of thousands of childless couples. Many of those at today's party are children given life thanks to the reproductive breakthrough. The first South Australian IVF baby, Matthew Wooten, now 17, was among those to join the celebrations. Time for sport. And Bruce, Lance Armstrong's poised to win the Tour de France. He is. He's well ahead and only the second American after Greg LeMond to grab it. Not a bad bike race either.
I knew that.
Also after the break, 2 local sports stars suffer knee injuries, rugby, the V8s, and Port Adelaide coach Mark Williams gets that finals feeling.
Dad used to come home one of his moods. I knew as soon as he walked in the door. We couldn't see it. We could hear it.
Terry's worst fears are coming back.
You should be ashamed of it.
I've done nothing to be ashamed of.
All Saints, Tuesday, 8:30 on 7.
The next Telstra share offer is coming. Reserve a copy of the public offer document by August 16th and you'll be eligible for a guaranteed allocation of shares. The Telstra 2 share offer. It's for you. Call 1-800-181818. Authorised by the Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
At Subway, we believe there's only one way to make a sandwich. Your way. Choose from our fresh-baked white or whole wheat bread, our selection of tasty meats and variety of fresh salads. And we'll make your sandwich just the way you like it. We think you'll agree that your way is the only way. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Joy Ring Fashion's winter clearance sale is now on. We need to make way for all our new season stock, so there are bargains galore in sizes 10 to 24. Hurry in now and save dollars at Joy Ring's winter clearance sale, Woodville, Cumberland Park and St Peters.
We've got plenty on our minds as it is.
It'd be great if we could just forget about home loan rates.
Whatever you want from a home loan, the National can tailor a solution. To find out more, just call 13 63 64.
This sports segment brought to you by Commodore Series 2.
Welcome back, and Port Adelaide needs only 2 wins from its last 5 matches to play in its first AFL final series. The Power beat Fremantle by 7 points, no injuries, and Shea Cockatoo Collins has a chance to play against Brisbane next week at Football Park.
5 straight wins for the first time, 1 win away from the club's best record in the AFL. In the absence of Wanganeen, Cockatoo Collins and Primus, unheralded players finally putting their hand up. Little wonder the coach had a spring in his step. But quickly back to reality. Though still pumped enough to completely underestimate the Power's stopping job on Tony Modra.
6 goals or something? 5, 6? What do you tonight? What do you kick? Is that all 3? Well, you look dangerous anyway. That's a smile for everyone at home.
Doubtless Williams is still smiling tonight. For the second successive week, his team has delivered under stifling last quarter pressure. Superb finishing again from Schofield.
55 metres out, unloads a big bomb, he's got it!
And a new match winner, Jude's 3 last quarter goals, the icing on the cake.
Got his hands on it. Here's a chance for Jude for his 3rd goal. Oh. He's got it!
Without any doubt, our football club believes that given proper preparation, we can beat any side that wants to come up against us.
Bizarre programming saw the match finish at 12:15 Adelaide time, adding further merit to the win. Their body clocks had had only a day to acclimatise. Paul Dowling, 7 Nightly News.
And at the SCG last night, the Swans took care of Richmond by 41 points. No Paul Kelly or Michael O'Loughlin, but Tony Lockett stepped up with 6 goals. Matthew Richardson finished with 4. And we're halfway through our delayed telecast of the Crows Hawthorn match at Football Park. The second half follows the news, so if you don't want to know the final score, please look away now. And Carlton kept itself in the finals race by thumping Collingwood at the MCG. The game was all but over at half-time after sometime forward Simon Beaumont had kicked 8 goals. He didn't add to that, but the Blues got home by 57 points.
Collingwood might have fancied causing another boil-over early on. They were winning the centre square and jumped to a 15-point lead. But the Pies didn't bargain on Simon Beaumont's extraordinary afternoon. 4 goals in 8 minutes, including a holding the ball in the goal square, had the Blues in charge. And Carlton turned it into a procession in the second term as the Magpies couldn't find their opponents. The Blues have worked harder on selection night. Beaumont adding another 4 goals to have 8 by half-time.
Can he get another one, Beaumont? Oh, it's a golden day!
But Collingwood wrapped him up as the heat went out of the game in the second half. Rocker's brute strength pulled one back for the Pies.
Not a bad sort of a kick. Oh, he's got it!
Brown hit the post from right in front, but it mattered little. The Blues getting the percentage they needed with a 57-point win. And Jerry Lewis was at the Gabba to toss the coin, but no one from the Eagles camp would be smiling by the end of the day, as Brisbane leapfrogged West Coast on the ladder, handing the Eagles a stunning 100-point thrashing. Marcus Ashcroft picked up 18 possessions in the first quarter as the Lions piled on 10 goals to 1. It's the Eagles' 3rd loss in a row, and one they won't forget in a hurry. Dion Heyman, 7 Nightly News.
Looking at the ladder, and it doesn't include the result of the Adelaide Hawthorn game, Essendon is on top. West Coast tumbled out of the top 4. Port Adelaide is 6th, followed by St Kilda and Sydney. Carlton still knocking on the door. Richmond's lost touch, and Fremantle has now gone 2 games clear of Collingwood. The All Blacks have given the Wallabies something to think about in the lead up to this year's World Cup. The Aussies lost by 19 points. Andrew Mertens kicked a world record 9 penalty goals from only 9 shots.
Looking for a solution, Coach McQueen stayed in New Zealand to watch the Australian Barbarians and New Zealand A go round. The result, another bad one, losing 40-17. The coach defended his decision to start with Tian Strauss over regular number 8 Todai Kefu.
Went for Strauss because we thought we needed to play tight in the first half. And I think as it turned out we did need to play tight, but much tighter than what we did.
Despite scoring 2 tries to 1, the Australians were well beaten. But Daniel Herbert showed repeatedly that the All Blacks can be cracked wide open.
We've still got a chance at the Cup, so we'll give it everything.
The Australians have a week off before regrouping and heading to South Africa. The Wallabies will have their next shot at the Kiwis at Stadium Australia next month, a clash to decide the Bledisloe Cup. Duro Sen, 7 Nightly News.
To netball, and Ravens captain Michelle Dendecker injured her knee during last night's 3-goal win. She suffered some cruciate damage, and the club left it up to her to decide if she'll be able to play against the Melbourne Kestrels in the semi-finals. And champion basketballer Rachel Sporns also injured her knee while playing for the Detroit Shock in the WNBA. At this stage, it looks like she'll need a knee reconstruction, which means at least 7 months out of the game and hurts her chances of playing for Australia at next year's Sydney Olympics. And Stuart O'Grady has finished 10th in the second-last stage of the Tour de France. He's 95th overall and is the leading Australian rider. Lance Armstrong still holds a yellow jersey and is poised to become only the 2nd American to win the race.
Lance Armstrong took out the first 2 time trials of the Tour and was overwhelming favourite to complete the treble. Averaging an amazing 50 kilometres an hour, the American won the second-last stage, increasing an already imposing lead.
Armstrong is the winner of the time trial.
143 kilometres now stand between Armstrong and an astonishing personal triumph 2 years after he beat cancer. The McLarens of Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard will start from the front row of the grid for tonight's Austrian Grand Prix. Hakkinen was forced to change cars during the qualifying session, but still claimed his 7th pole in 9 races. And after winning the first sprint of round 8 in the VHL series, Craig Lowndes made a spectacular exit in race 2.
Oh, no! Who's got the HRT car? Craig Lowndes! Oh, my goodness me.
That's a nasty... Oh,
Craig Lowndes, car 1, our championship leader. You could see there was a contact there between 2 cars. It set off a chain reaction.
Drivers rushed to his aid and Lowndes was later taken to hospital for observation. Lucky to have only suffered bruises in a 200-kilometre-an-hour crash, which saw him roll 5.5 times. Remarkably, the race restart was also marred. Lowndes' teammate Mark Scaife going on to win. Paul Gregg, 7 Nightly News.
And tonight, that's our sport, Jack. But just before I go, Australia's qualified for the Fed Cup World Group. We beat the Netherlands. Nicole Pratt and Jelena Dokic won the singles.
Fantastic.
Easy as that.
We're going beautifully. Shirley's here next with the weather, and it's looking great for the start of the working week. And in Unley, the holy meets the hairy.
home loan rates going up and down, do you go for a fixed or variable rate?
Be good to have a bit of both.
Whatever you want from a home loan, the National can tailor a solution. To find out more, just call 13 63 64.
The snow season's off to a sensational start, and Rapid Surf and Ski is the best place to go for all your snow needs. For a weekend, hire parka, pants and boots from only $45. Check their massive range of top brand snow clothing and accessories. Rapid Surf and Ski, 180 Main North Road, Prospect.
See every recliner suite you ever wanted at the lowest price, or it's free at Discount Lounge Centre. The recliner suite experts. Hundreds of fabrics, unbelievable selection, absolute luxury at South Australia's largest lounge specialist. Discount Lounge Centre, Ranella, Parafield and Keswick.
When a Japanese brewer took their huge market by storm with a new beer, MLC was there. With the performance of 15 independent investment managers, specially selected from Australia and around the world, MLC can open the door to investment opportunities you've never dreamed of. Isn't that the sort of partnership you're looking for? MLC, working towards your wealth.
Next, the footy continues with second half action. Will the Hawks swoop into Footy Park and knock the Crows out of their nest? Next on 7.
Tonight's weather report proudly brought to you by MLC.
Hello again. We had a partly cloudy but mainly fine day. Temperatures were a little warmer than forecast due to those northerly winds. Our maximum reached 16.5 at 1 o'clock this afternoon after a low of 9.5 at 3:15 this morning. Currently it's 12 degrees in the city. On our satellite picture tonight, most of the continent is cloud-free. There is still a small area of rain-bearing cloud along the eastern seaboard, and you can see some frontal cloud moving in from the west, which is due to arrive on Tuesday. As we take to the skies, that low-level cloud over our coastal areas did produce some drizzle early today, but only a trace of rainfall was recorded. On tonight's charts, this high-pressure system will drift further eastward tomorrow, so the winds will turn more northeast to northwesterly and start to freshen ahead of that cold front arriving on Tuesday. The front will clip to the southeast of our state, causing cloudy conditions and perhaps a few showers along the southern coastal areas. Then on Wednesday, that high will start to dominate once again. Around the country tomorrow, a few showers over in Perth, fine and sunny in Darwin and in Alice Springs, as well as Cairns, with showers forecast in Brisbane and Sydney, but fine elsewhere. Back in our state, we had a mainly fine and sunny day, with just a trace of rainfall reported at Cape Border early this morning. Temperatures were about average due to those southeast to northeasterly winds. They range from 12 degrees at Clare up to a pleasant 20 at Nullarbor. Tonight we're expecting a cold night with local frost and fog patches, and then tomorrow we'll have a cold start to the day, but it should warm up to a fine and sunny afternoon. However, those northerly winds will become fresh along the southern coastal districts during the day. On local waters, northeast to northwesterly winds reaching 15 to 20 knots at times, with seas around 1 metre. In the city, down to a chilly 6 degrees tonight and then warming up to a pleasant 19 tomorrow. Looking ahead, it's hard to believe that this is actually winter. Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, all partly cloudy days with tops around 18 degrees. On our 7-day outlook, a cooler southerly change on Friday with a few showers expected, but it should fine up again by next weekend. Well, that's it from me. Nora will tell you more about that tomorrow night. But it's back to John. Good night.
Cheryl Lee, from all of us here, happy birthday. Yes, we did remember. How many today? Come on.
30-something.
Oh, I was going to say 24 or 25. I'm a good bloke, aren't I? Just before we go, everyone was wagging Sunday school and only this morning, but the local minister thought that was just perfect. St Augustine's Church was the scene for the annual blessing of the pets, and all creatures, great and small, packed the pews for Father Max's family service. Great day had by all. We'll see you next weekend. Good night, everyone.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! No! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
Hurry to McDonald's for your last chance at Match and Win Monopoly. You can still win Honda HRVs, holidays to Disneyland flying Air New Zealand, and cash from Aussie Home Loan. Taxi! Hotel on Mayfair, thanks.
There's one thing a girl hates. Is this the big 3-5? It's a birthday shop.
Nell thinks I might be in love with you.
But an even bigger surprise is coming.
We got it together, didn't we?
When Barry White joins Ali's party Monday.
Fine day in Adelaide and everything just fine for the Crows, leading by 36 points. Curls?
Well, at this stage of the game, I think the viewers would know for themselves that the Crows around the ground are just far too skillful at this stage, and Hawthorn are just lacking a marking player up forward to really dominate and give them a real target. You'd have to say at this stage, the Crows are doing it pretty easy.
Crawford, another hand pass. Now Rock. Oh, Smart takes the ball. Fires it inside the 50 with pace McLeod. Crawford couldn't catch him, and McLeod hits the post.
And Curls, if you have a quick look at the flags on the right-hand side of the screen of the stadium, the wind looks to have turned around and is now favouring Hawthorn 2 quarters in a row.
Well, it's virtually just going across the ground slightly. There's not much in it, though, Bruce. It's not a problem for the coaches.
So Salmon now at half-back. Nobody standing the mark. He kicks over the wing. Rawlings bumped out easily. And it flips over the boundary line.
Curls, the problem for Ken Judge would be he's only got one Paul Salmon and one Shane Crawford.
Yeah, well, I guess that applies to a lot of coaches, but it does apply to Ken Judge here today.
Well, Nick Holland, who was a last-minute withdrawal from the side with the flu, is being sorely missed here today. Matthew Robran off the side of the boot. Look at Crawford giving chase. The two number 9s, Edwards and Crawford, have both been top players. Oh, Crawford, that was too hard. And Edwards gets the hand pass to Benke. Long to full forward. Jarman at the back. Lost sight of it momentarily. Vardy! Great goal!
It was a great goal by Vardy. You just can't keep these players, these Crow players down. You know, we talk about Vardy, you talk about the Jarmans, these types of players. They've just seen us snacking all the time. They kick some great goals.
Fabulous snap. Brady missed a couple in the first quarter. That perhaps were bread and butter for a half forward, but it's a sense of relief, isn't it, when one finally goes through.
Just saw his face. He was full of confidence and probably saying, thank goodness for that.
Give me the next one.
Skill execution then was phenomenal. Great shot of it. So the Crows get the first goal of the second half. Comes down to Anthony Rock. He's kicked towards centre half forward. Hart with one hand gets it away. Rasciuto front of the pack with upper body strength. Rips out the hand pass. Burton back to Jamison. Beats a tackle. Jamo to Jarman. Not quite. Just hasn't been his day today. He's had just one kick, Darren Jarman. And Hay has done a top job. Gets it away again.
We've touched on Nick Holland missing, but the flip side of that is the Adelaide defence suddenly doesn't have to take out its best defender, and probably another player like Ben Hart or someone to fly across or fill the hole. Suddenly there's two players with a sense of relief and a lot more freedom than they usually have in a game.
Oh, Bickley, he'll take a free kick here. Held when he didn't have the ball by Woods, just as the Hawks were dashing away with it. Bickley's kick. Good one.
And Drew, just to add to Hawthorn's woes, people like Vardy and Jarman are not going to stay goalless, even though Vardy got one just then, all that for the whole game.
That's right. Smart now marks right in front.
And also, Kel, just some of the other players which are out for Hawthorn, is, you know, like Graham, Harford and Crowe, who have been steady players for him for the whole year. So it certainly puts a real big dent in the Hawthorn side with those types of players out.
It does, and they've got to adjust to it today, whereas the Crows have adjusted for the whole year.
Yep.
Smart, 49 metres, with plenty of distance, but offline. He's kicked 1 goal, 1. Well, they must have known they were up against it, the Hawks, when they came over, knowing that Holland was going to be out, plus all the others. But you've still got to be positive. Pump themselves up for the game.
Well, even with the opportunities with some of the kids who've come into the game, like Albertson, Dennison, these types of players, you just got to have those types of players coming through.
And if you do play them, John, you just got to give them faith and just hope they're going to do the job.
Yep.
Oh, he was up in the commentary box.
Only marked with his feet.
I think we've touched on this before. He is going to take a mark of the year, isn't he, Bruce?
Well, I think he's got about 6 entries in there already, right?
Well, he had to give away the free kick, but gee, worth coming to see him jump.
Well, sure, if you get that high, you either take the mark or you get cleared for landing at Adelaide Airport.
Costa to Robran. And Burton's run on. He's unmarked. 30 metres down the ground. Now he's covered. So Burton can fly, he can run, he can kick a goal. And it's incredible to think he is a first-year player in the top level. Oh, Robran's gone to kick it 90 metres and kicked it about 30.
Malcolm Blight renowned for letting you have 1 goal at the top. If that doesn't work, put it away.
Lord, and now Turvey gets it over the line near centre wing.
Fellas, interchange for Hawthorn at this stage. Taylor, Robran, Lloyd and Barker.
Boundary umpire with part of the game they love overseas, with the umpires getting involved with skills of the game, throwing in over the head the umpires. Oh, Crawford, a rare mistake. McLeod closes him down. Crawford's kick bounces inside the 50, and on it goes. Here's a chance. Dixon on the turn. Goal.
Hey, listen up. We're thinking of changing the Third Rock theme to this. Maybe we'll just keep the one we've got. Third Rock tonight on 7.
Now, it was Dixon who kicked the goal. We're looking at Johnny Hassel. That was Dixon, wasn't it, Flats?
Dixon,
yep.
Ken Dixon, yes.
Ball back in the centre. Robran beats Salmon, comes to Burton. See, he's good at ground level as well. Woods hit it hard. Costa used his body pretty well then. Good play by Kim Costa.
Talking about having a good day, he's had 14 kicks for Kim Costa. That would probably be one of his better games for a while.
And interchange for Adelaide. Herbert, James, Johnson, Herbert, Orman Allen, Johnson, Gallagher.
Thanks, girls. Overrun by Chick, who hasn't had one of his great days. James. Punched down by Trelevin. Benke for the Crows. Oh, he's got good strength. And it might have been a trip there to Hassel. Hand pass over the top. Lloyd back to Woods. Had it a fair while. They want ball, don't get it. Drop. And now taken by Barlow. Leckus marks right in front, 40 metres from goal.
They've looked the right Hawthorn for the last couple of minutes. Adelaide had plenty of the ball in the first 5 minutes of this quarter and only managed 1 goal. Suddenly Hawthorn have 1 back, and here's a chance for another.
Angelo hasn't bothered the statisticians too often. Good kick. Silence tells you it's a goal, but it's not.
I think the 11 Hawthorn flags in the stadium were all behind that goal, and none of them went up.
Is the crowd just asleep?
No, there's another Hawthorn flag next to me here. It's behind Johnny Platt.
We've got it up near the centre wing already. Now James. Rock standing the mark. James had about half the game on the bench. Just short of the 50. Punch by Colica. and given too much out of bounds, and that was Chris Obst.
Yeah, just a bit unfortunate. The idea was good, but just kicked it a little bit too hard.
You say unfortunate, I say unintelligent.
Told to play on. McLeod, centering ball. He can kick these, Robrin. He gets around, he gives off the hand pass to Costa, looking for his second. Costa gets round one, gets round two, and goes!
Here's what Australia's leading motoring journalists had to say after testing the new Magna 3.5 V6.
Mitsubishi has a head kicker. The silky 3.5 engine matches Commodore's output and outstrips it in power to weight. Mitsubishi has built a V8 killer.
Magna 3.5 V6 feels like a V8. See it at your Mitsubishi dealer now.
Yes, Mitsubishi.
Well, only now Edwards and Costa are multiple goal scorers for the Crows. Edwards with 3, Costa now with 2. Top goal, that. And didn't he want it? He was looking for it. For 11 to the 50. Good punch by Jamison. Barlow, number 33. Costa back in defence, having just kicked the goal.
Well, Drew, we saw Paul Salmon getting his hand to it once again. He has dominated, obviously, Hawthorn. The ruck hit out's probably 3-2 for Adelaide, but the clearances from the breaks has gone Adelaide's way, so they're almost reading it off Paul Salmon's hand.
Well, there'd be some cynics who would say, who cares about a ruckman winning a hit-out? That's what happens then. Woods. Centering ball. Pushing and shoving by Thompson. Gets it to the front of the pack. A snap to the edge of the square. Here's a chance for the Hawks. Well, the Crow player wasn't watching the ball. It was a front-on charge. And Lord played on and kicked a goal.
I think Lord played that very intelligently. He saw the Crow player running. He stood his ground knowing that he'd run into him. The ball would be more than 5 metres away. And the free kick was always going to be there, but it was play on. Easy running goal.
Yeah, just see there, just on top of the shoulder there, had no eyes on the ball. Lloyd was just looking for it. Turns around nice and easy and kicks his second goal.
That's a quick answer.
And then Stengon wanted to go on with the umpire rather than what was going on with the ball. Back in the middle, it's a 37-point game. It had been 36 at half-time. Robrin, very high, short of the 50. Funny old spin on that ball. Crawford once again. Dunk. Well, that looked a bit like the All Blacks test last night.
The Crows have just tightened up on Shane Crawford in the first 11 or 12 minutes of this quarter.
I don't know how you boys see it up there, but I just see this a bit of a danger period for the Crows. They've just got to take stock here and make certain they're in control of the game.
Kicked 2 goals each this quarter.
Well, girls, they'd want to be more than 40 points after three-quarter time.
Good question.
Robrin gets it going Adelaide's way. Oh, Lecker's had a touch but lost it. Lecker, oh, here's trouble. Jarman. The hand pass, not great. Oh, sock it up almost to Jamison's advantage. Cleared by Treleaven. Andrew McLeod with plenty of time. Great pass. Vardy couldn't quite take the mark. Salmon's there. Gee, they're desperate in defence, Hawthorn, but Crows are getting too many touches in the inside 50. They'll surely get a goal out of it at some stage. Treleaven. And it's eventually Bickley who gets it.
Oh, sorry.
Rosemount Diamond Lounge.
Cougar Bourbon, $25.99.
Rosemount Diamond Label Chardonnay, $12.99.
Palm Premium Light, $18.99, I guess.
Yellow sparkling wines, $10.99.
I'll do it again.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local Sip and Save.
Well, if the Crows could sense Curl's worry there that this was a danger period, that was a pretty handy goal for them. And it sure is a big margin now, 43 points. And they're just getting too much of the footy in midfield. Prosciutto from Smart, knocked out by Rawlings. But you're under heaps of pressure, Obst. Lost it. McGregor in the back. Free kick, McGregor.
Fairly big kick, McGregor, but no, he's going to pass it off.
Jarman, the avenue to Jarman chopped off by Treleaven. Back he goes. Crode. What am I saying? Crode. Colliker. They wish Crode was here.
Yes.
McGregor, good hand pass. Jarman, just his second kick for the day. On the bounce to Benke. Over his shoulder, Brian Benke. Offline and a behind.
And the longer Darren Jarman goes without getting those touches, the more you're waiting for it to explode.
He's only had 2 kicks, Darren Jarman, to Jonathan Hayes had 5. So Jonathan Hayes done a great job so far.
A fabulous job, because the Crows certainly look to Darren Jarman as they go forward.
Burton charged at that, but even he couldn't take the mark. It comes to Crawford. Gives away another hand pass. 2 for 11. Crawford's now up to 26 possessions. Lord. Crowd not happy, but it's to Aaron Lord, in between wing and half forward. Sun bursting through, inside the 50. Thompson. He just gets clear of the tackle. He was given an hour and took every second of it. Rashudo out of defence. Robrin waited and Salmon outmarked him.
Just probably use his body just a little bit better than Robin then.
A couple of interchange players getting ready here, Johnson and Gallagher.
And mark not paid. Thompson gets the hand pass away. Hassel round the corner. Good effort.
Oh, tôi đến Old Hawthorn bởi vì tôi phát giác ra một tiếng động rất là kỳ cục ở cái máy xe của tôi. Nó kêu tích, tích, tích. Tôi nói cho họ biết điều đó và họ bảo là cái bộ phận tappet đang có một chút trở ngại. Tôi cần cái xe của tôi sửa trong một ngày, nhưng họ chỉ sửa mất có vài tiếng đồng hồ thôi. They are that good. They understand.
Well, it's now 3 goals each in this third quarter. We've reached the midway point. 10 minutes remaining. Salmon against Robrin. Robrin again, but sharked by Woods. Hand pass was blind, but he's gained 20 metres. James for the Crows. To McLeod. Oh, clever. Rashudo. James, good combination. Robrin and Salmon. High tackle. Robrin plays on. Costa left it behind. You're holding the ball. Absolutely.
And through the Crows interchange bench working overtime. Bickley and Goodenough, Johnson, Gallagher on, and Trent Allman-Allen getting ready to come on as well.
So Lord takes the 3 by hand. Back to Taylor just off the bench. All Adelaide. Jamison.
Just a couple of the Adelaide senior players during the week, when asked about Malcolm Blight resigning, they know that they're sort of playing in front of their unknown coach at the moment. They have to impress everybody. The last coach that turned up sacked 3 icons and about 3 other senior players as well. So
that lesson's been learned, eh?
Certainly has.
David Gallagher down towards the forward pocket. Jarman overruns. Still just had 2 kicks. Colliker clears. McGregor, good at ground level for a big fella. Well done again.
Curls, with the coach unknown for the last 6 games, I know you're a big rat for Darryl Hart, Malcolm Blight's assistant. Just how much of the reins should be handed over to him for these 6 games, just to see if he's got it?
Well, no doubt Malcolm has already said give us a bit more input. If he has, well, it's good coaching.
McLeod still won't reach Jarman. Whistle's gone. It's going to be a Hawks free kick.
Yeah, Luke McCabe drew. Yeah, just as he went for the ball there, Darren Jarman just got him in the back.
Curls, Malcolm Blight's made much of teaching young players for the rest of the season. What about an untried coach? Could he possibly teach the coaching reins to him?
Yeah, well, I guess an untried coach here or a new coach come in would be looking at results more than maybe testing players out, but I think Malcolm would have control of that situation.
Here's the kick up the ground by Turvey. Rashudo gets the hand pass away.
I've got to admit, this is a very, very sloppy game.
Yeah. Hart to James to McLeod. Floated to Smart. 20-metre hand pass, Robrin. And Salmon took it away from him again. And goes down over the shoulder, went smart. Free kick to Salmon. Advantage. Salmon lies prostrate on the ground as the Hawks have taken the advantage. And the fish not looking too good. Dixon at the 50. Oh, good kick for distance, but offline.
But Nigel Smart, he would have needed a step ladder to get up that high.
Well, he's done the job.
Yeah, they're working on his head area, so he obviously made strong contact there.
Here's the replay. Well, the fish had to get down a bit.
Oh, yeah. Don't climb the heads.
That's a nasty one.
And he's still down with the play going on, Paul Salmon.
That's a real concussion job, that one, I'd say.
So Smart might have been a little bit lucky at the MCG last weekend as well. Robrin, centering ball. Edwards, not quite as prominent as he was earlier in the game. Ball flipped up and badly offline here by Gallagher.
I just feel that the Crows are playing around with the ball too much. You know, they've not been so direct as they were in the first half, but certainly the last 5 or 6 minutes they've been handballing to players which are stopped.
Yeah, they're calling for a stretcher of Salmon.
Need to be a long one.
Got him right across the front of the head.
Yeah.
Just seen when he hit the ground, he moved for a couple of moments, but he certainly hasn't got up.
Well, the ball is now dead, and so play can stop while the stretcher comes on. Although at the moment there's no sign.
And Lucas Herbert's just come on for Matthew Robin.
This will be a Hawthorn free kick into play from the back pocket, but it won't be taken just as yet. Umpire Scroop down there just talking to the player about to take the kick as Salmon tries to get to his feet. Where's the stretcher?
I don't think it'll be big enough for him, will it?
Oh, he's got the stretcher underneath him.
It's underneath him.
I think they're looking for another one as well to join it together.
Yeah.
It's got him right above the eye. You can see where the blood has started to flow down his face, but
It'll be a mighty old headache for him.
That.
Well, take a while to get him off the ground. Smart coming through with the shoulder, and by any reckoning that is high.
Well, it's not a great deal wrong with the contact. It's just a damn bad luck for Salmon, who had his eyes on the ball and wasn't quite expecting it.
Plateau Road to Paul Salmon for a couple of years.
Yeah. He was good. Like, he's just the contact with him with eye to eye or hand contact is very, very good with fish. He's a smart man. He's played footy for a long, long time. And, you know, I think
defensive work, finding that hole, filling that hole.
He does it so well, you know. And I think the last time that that the Hawthorn played here, I think Paul Salmon come up very early in the game too. So
I think Warren Treadray, there was a flash in the first minute. So Paul Salmon probably wouldn't be looking forward to his next visit to Football Park.
And of course, fellas, this does throw a real extra load now on Hawthorn. I think Jonathan Robin will go into the ruck, so we could see the Robin clash on the ball.
A warm applause for Paul Salmon as he leaves the ground on a stretcher. He has been one of the greats of AFL football. And his resurrection, when he went to Hawthorn and got permanency in the ruck and won the club's best and fairest in his first 2 years, at his stage of life, that was great to see. Now, here's the free kick into play. Might be a late finish here. Crawford will take the free kick, bumped over. Well, Benke and Taylor. Gee, Richard Taylor, you're fighting out of your weight division there.
He's a tough little player, Drew. Don't know that.
How many ruckmen did you belt, Flats?
Oh, plenty.
Straight right to the knee.
Took out a box to stand on.
Turvey, not a bad kick, all the way to half forward, and a good juggled mark taken down there. Barlow. Barlow's kick. Thompson.
This is your protege, not Rat, this one?
Yes. Good kid, Nathan Thompson.
A couple of more years on the hair.
He'll be right.
Well, 3 goals each so far this quarter, so certainly Adelaide may have had possession, but they haven't got the points just yet.
We still have 6 minutes remaining for the term. 37 points the difference. This can make it 31. Thompson, good kick. He's got it.
Everybody hold on to your seats or whatever you can.
Once the bus goes 50 miles an hour, the bomb is armed. If it drops below 50...
Oh, my God, he is insane.
It blows up.
Stay on or get off.
I've never seen you driving like that. There's a gap in the freeway.
We're gonna die. Get ready for Rush Hour. Tonight, 8:30 on 7. Speed.
Well, it was only 5 weeks ago. Hawthorn trailed St Kilda by 50 points and got up to win by 13 in the biggest turnaround in the history of the game. They are capable, and just don't write them off yet. Thompson up in midfield now. His high ball to centre-half forward. Punched out of defence by Bassett. Straight to the worst bloke they could give it to, Crawford. His kick. Plenty of Hawks here. The bounce might favour them. Robin's there, ridden into the ground. Play on, says the umpire. Jamison's hand pass.
Well, it was 3 Hawks to 1 Crow defender there, and unfortunately couldn't make the most of it for Hawthorn.
Smart, brilliant football. Crawford again. Well, he held it and took it all the way over the line.
Drew, I think it's safe to say that the outcome of this game depends entirely on the attitude of the Crows. If they slacken off, this Hawthorn side will take full advantage of it.
Curls, how much will last week's last quarter just slip into their minds now?
Well, it certainly will at three-quarter time.
Anthony Rock with a hurried kick. And Hawthorn looking just threatening at the moment. Clark just beats the tackle, gets the hand pass away. And that's not a good one. Barlow back to Robrin. Dixon a half volley. And he's lost it. Herbert, good pickup. Oh, good vision. Kim Costa. He's kicked a half forward. He's marked everything that's come in his area, McGregor.
He's been a couple of yards in front every time, Drew.
It's now 5 marks to him. Taylor a fumble, gets it back from Hassel. All Hawthorn out of wing. Now they can set something up. Dixon goes by hand to Rock.
The Hawks have the momentum at the moment. Another goal or 2 in the three-quarter time.
Thompson screaming down the ground, couldn't complete the mark. Lloyd off the left. Lloyd to Lord. Aaron Lord with a bit of a chance, but taken to ground, allowing Rashudo. Good kick. Gallagher.
Got to move on quickly with a couple of Crows plays here.
It's a young Crow. He's been in and out. Form's been up and down this year, but he's shown enough to have Malcolm Blight believing he's a player of the future, young David Gallagher.
He's Bruce, and certainly that's one of the young and upcoming players which the Crows will be looking forward to.
Hey, one of the Hawks' best. Made sure Jarman didn't get it that time, but he gets it this time. And just his 3rd kick for the day, goes short, comes unstuck. Colliker sweeps it up. Crawford will get it back from McCabe. How does he run out of game? He must be the fittest man playing league football. Hassel.
You just keep blinking watching Shane Crawford's stats tick over at the moment.
Yeah. To half forward, Barlow. 31 the difference. If they get the next one, it might be pretty interesting in this last turn. Kick by Barlow. Thompson out of position, but he worked his man out of position. Free kick Bassett.
You mentioned Jonathan Hay a moment ago. At the start of the game, we said Darren Jarman would spend the best part of 3 quarters on the full forward line and not scored. You wouldn't have believed it, no.
Well, I came across here today thinking, we might see a Jarman show against his old side.
There's a quarter to go, Drew.
Hawthorn undermanned. I thought he might get plenty of it. And that's right, his favourite quarter is the last. Edwards, who's had a good day, kicked 3 goals in the first half.
Bit of sun here for the forwards to look into.
Jarman looking straight into it. Edwards gets around Obst and goes across the ground to Smart. Good mark. Sun didn't bother him.
Yeah, a bit of a mismatch here with Hassel on Smart, so Kenny Judge is going to do something with that one.
But fellas, Hawthorn have really lifted their intensity. That they're really working a lot harder now.
Just looked like Hawthorn might have just swung the momentum their way, Kills, for a moment.
They certainly have.
Smart to Benke, who's sandwiched any amount of Hawks there to pick up. Taylor goes backwards. McCabe. 4-old kick by Luke McCabe. Ormondalen hit it hard. The Hyphen still going. To McLeod. He thought about support on the outside. Costa for his 3rd. Missed to the right.
And John Platten did everything he could to lean across that one.
I was leaning across it and nothing came out of it, so I thought that's not a bad kick. Not really.
He's had a few shots from there today, Kim Costa.
He has. He's played well, Costa, and the good thing about Kimmy is he can kick a few goals, and I just think that his second and third efforts have been fantastic today.
He's had a couple of goals, 17 kicks, 1 handball, as every good wingman should.
Said with experience from Bruce Abernathy. Kim Costa came into this game with 3 goals this season. He's added 2 more today and might have doubled his season tally with that kick. Taylor, Hassel, good pickup. Turvey, topsy-turvy. The half forward, Lord with a climb at the back, comes to the front to Lloyd. Rock, now Aaron Lord on the run, 50 metres out. There's nobody home, and he's a metre short and offline.
Probably where he should have gone there, Nathan Thompson then.
The Hawthorn are getting possession, but they're just not retaining it, not using it.
Turnovers.
They easily could have caught the Crows in scoring this quarter.
Fella, just a report on Sam, and unfortunately a Nazi one. They're saying a cracked cheekbone.
Oh, that's terrible. Ben Hart skirts around the defence, sees the gap between the goals, but can't find it.
Talking women, he kicks it like a defender.
You'll have Ben Hart's first score for the day, a behind. Not covered with glory, this lead here to the Crows. 33 points is the margin.
Interesting, the Crows newsletter during the week, we saw a picture of Ben Hart in 1992. He looked exactly the same as he does now.
Rawlings close to the boundary line. Not a bad kick, eventually. Turvey. Turvey, a 21-year-old from South Fremantle. Up towards centre wing and over. Rock waits at the front. Open space here. Barlow, good effort. Robert going past a poor handball. Gee whiz, that is a skill error that shouldn't be made at this level. Lloyd goes off the ground. Chance for Lord. Aaron Lord, 30 metres out from goal. Ball pinned to him. The umpire will ball it up right on the siren for 3/4 time.
Well, you couldn't say that Hawthorn didn't have their chances epitomised by that last handball. It was telegraphed about 10 seconds before that was what he was going to do. That was their chance to score. They've outscored the Crows this quarter. Plenty to go yet, Drew.
Yep, they cocked up a 40-point lead last week, and this week it's only 33.
Is your suburb a death trap?
A high death rate from lung cancer.
A new study has discovered links between where you live and a deadly disease. It's the first of its kind, and it's here in an Adelaide suburb. Find out Monday on 7 Nightly News. Then on Today Tonight, Adelaide's landlord versus tenant.
I can tidy the place up.
He owes $30,000 in rent.
It'd have to be the landlord from hell.
And the owner wants him out.
Tenant from hell.
But he just won't go. From 6 o'clock on 7.
When you're fit, you feel great, you feel alive. But you've got to feel fit on the inside as well. Otherwise, you're only doing half the job. Your body needs fibre to exercise the digestive system. Most people don't get nearly enough. But getting fibre can be just as enjoyable as exercise. It can be bananas, sultanas, pawpaw currants, just like the ones in all brand fruit notes.
Come and see the newest and the latest of everything. Thousands of decorator ideas and more than 250 fully decorated rooms now at Le Cornu. Contemporary to classical. Lounge, dining, bedroom and any other room. Come and see what's new at Le Cornu. You'll be glad you did, because you always get the lowest price or it's free at Adelaide's biggest homemaker and decorator store. Admission is free.
If you already have your home insurance with SGIC, why not think about insuring your car with us too? We'll give you 10% off both.
You'll always find the right part for your car at AutoPro.
Phone now to order the Adelaide Crows 1998 Premiership Plate. This commemorative plate has MCG and player colour action images with game stats and scores. There's only a limited number left. Now half price for Father's Day, only $24.95. Phone 1-800-151-777 now. This price is only available for Father's Day. Don't miss out on this great offer at only $24.95. Phone 1-800-151-777.
We're happy little Vegemites as bright as bright can be. We all enjoy our Vegemites for breakfast, lunch and tea. Our mummy said we're growing stronger every single week because we love our Vegemite. We all adore our Vegemite. It puts a love in every tea.
How's that treehouse coming along?
The vitamin B in Vegemite helps release the energy kids need to grow.
We're growing stronger every week.
You are an Australian, and we are the oil company who serves Australia. Adelaide Fuel Distributors, professional people, specialists constantly in touch with leading world technologies, people who can deliver the best products and the right advice, people who know there's one oil company who'll serve our country better. Adelaide Fuel Distributors, your Ampol Caltex distributor.
Last quarter action underway, and Thompson, in the absence of Salmon, on the ball for the Hawks, and he did very well to get it to the 50 there, but it's swept up out of defence. Oh, funny old kick, but he gets away with it, Ben Hart. Gets it back from Robrin. And a good one this time to James. James with penetration. Well, Vardy couldn't take it. Gets it back, but he's under pressure.
Just uncharacteristic, Ben Hart. Two short passes, and neither of them actually got to where he was aiming. The second one was intercepted, and for Ben Hart to play short football like that is quite unusual.
Yeah, fellas, Hart for coach, Curly assistant.
You'd take the water boy if they offered it to you, Kurt.
Now, we like your interviews with the coach prior to the game for Channel 7.
He can do them as well.
Oh, okay.
You're getting it too easy now, Kels.
You had a crack at the Crows, Kels.
Yeah.
It was only a short stint, too.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to do a lap.
Okay, Kels, if Hardy did get the job at the Crows, who would be his assistant?
Well, there'd be a lot of people that could do the job. It's just a matter of who Darryl and, of course, the hierarchy would settle on.
Ball up on the 50, cleared by Treleaven.
Mark Bicken looms as a possibility.
Well, the ball's back in midfield, so I don't think they'll kick a goal from there. Do you reckon it needs to be a South Australian, Kels?
No, not a South Australian, just a qualified person.
Sorry, Jonathan, eh? Played well today, Jonathan.
You know, all sorts of names have bobbed up, but I wonder whether the pressure for somebody from outside South Australia, especially if he's a Victorian, might be too much over here.
Well, the quote from one coach was, it's not so much coach of the Crows, but Premier of the state. That's the sort of the flagship the Adelaide Crows carry over here. There's an incredible amount of pressure that perhaps people outside South Australia don't appreciate on being the coach of the Adelaide Crows here in South Australia.
Certainly need a thick hide.
You'd suit it perfectly, Kels.
Well, and the pressures must be unspeakable, because if Blighty can win 2 flags and still toss it in before the completion of the 3rd year, for whatever reason, there must be something there. Chick, fumbled what he should have taken. Smart. Should be a goal coming up here. Bickley, around Chick too easily. Chick's out a shocker. Smart. And touch through for a behind.
And that was just a kick from Nigel Smart too.
God, some of the errors have just crept in the second half. It's
contagious errors, isn't it?
That's right, yes.
Well, spot on, John. Some of the kicking areas are terrible.
Well, Daniel Chick somehow has managed the whole game of football for 1 kick. I know he's been on the bench a few times, but won't be one he'll remember. Treleaven. Turvey. Deep inside the 50. Not a bad effort. Bounces off Thompson, but he does go at it hard. Like a 2-year-old colt, really going. Now James has it. Wide, I think out of bounds on the full. Just over.
We are seeing some terrible football through bad kicking.
And such a beautiful day too, Kels.
Yeah.
Excuses last week with that gale, but nothing today. That's a wobbly old kick too. Punch from behind was made easy. Smart. Nigel Smart just continues to chop them up. That's 25 disposals. He was the Crows' best last week in the narrow defeat to the Western Bulldogs. And he's playing on Chick at the moment. So there's Smart with 25, and Chick has had 6.
Been playing on wing the last 3 games, Drew.
Yeah. He's pretty tall for a wingman. He's hard to stand, isn't he? Here he goes again. James.
Now they're going backwards.
Jamison. Is that laughter I hear from the crowd? Rashudo bangs it forward at last. Mark over the top. Yeah, good mark.
Just held it long enough.
One of Hawthorn's best, Jonathan Hay. Jonathan Robran, who strangely found his way to Hawthorn in what was virtually a swap for his brother. His brother was cleared for a draft choice, and with that draft choice, Hawthorn took Robran for Robran.
Both wearing number 10, made famous by their father at North Adelaide.
Well, Barry would be enjoying this here today, wouldn't he? Wouldn't get a chance to see them on the same field together too often.
Not sure who he's barracking for. Oh, we must mention Matthew Robran's 100th game. It's taken him 8 seasons, but he's got there. He played his first 7 at Hawthorn, so congratulations to him.
There's Turvey, number 22. Back he goes with the hand pass. Hassel to Obst. There's a famous name in South Australia, Obst, but this boy comes from Melton, just outside of Melbourne. Chris Obst.
He's got a slightly different build to the 1967 Magarey medalist Bubbles Obst, and he wasn't called Bubbles for nothing.
I wonder if there is some bloodlines down the track somewhere, because it's a very unusual name. You don't see too many.
There's plenty of them here in South Australia. Andrew Obst still playing for the Port Magpies, likely.
James. Sorry we're talking about something else other than football, but we've got to distract ourselves somehow. Shudo's kick. Jarman. That's Benke.
I think what we're seeing, fellas, because of the lack of scoring today, Hawthorn have been robbed with Hull on their focal point. And of course, they're still feeling the effects of the Dunstall. They haven't quite recovered from that one yet. And Vardy and Jarman are being taken out of the game by the Hawthorn defenders.
Just while we're talking on those blokes, Kells, we see that Tony Woods has gone on to Darren Jarman now, and Jonathan Hay has been moved to centre-half forward.
Well, that's an attacking movement, and you can't, that's a good move by Ken Jage.
Benke right in front, gets the goal.
Like to have your credit card paid off? What about buying this little baby? Would you risk them both for your own dream home? Or would you go one step further for your chance to be $1 million richer? It's back.
We're giving away more money. Did you know that? To even more winners. We're making people seriously rich. Call now to register for your $1 million chance of a lifetime. Returns Monday, 7:30 on 7.
Just what Hawthorn didn't want.
It's taken 7 minutes of a beautiful day of football of the last quarter for a goal.
Ball up. Well, Robran virtually on his own. That bounce a long way away from Thompson. Jarman taken high.
Yeah, Drew Hay's gone back to Jarman now.
No free kicking there. Oh, good mark. Peter Vardy, and surely Peter Vardy will get a goal here. He's got just 1 goal, 1 for the day.
Difficult to keep good players down for an entire game, isn't it, Brad?
It is. Tony Woods is just coming off, and Kells, the move of the day, we've just put it back on the Hay again. He's gone back on the Jarman.
Yeah, well, to look at the situation for Hawthorn, to win the game, they've got to get some attacking players that can kick goals, and you've got to get your best players now in attack and take a risk on the defenders doing the job at the other end.
So here's Peter Vardy for his 2nd for the day. And to stretch the Crows' lead. Another funny spin to it for the goal.
Dr. Elliott.
Hi. Listen, I'm really sorry about what happened. Is there anything I can do to help get your car back on the road?
Well, with Amy, they're taking care of everything.
Quotes?
Done.
Repairs?
Done.
Good quality?
Guaranteed for the life of the car, even if I sell it.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess you don't need me then. Have a nice day.
A free service that takes care of all your post-crash running around. Call Amy now.
Crows have hit the tongue, 100 to 54.
And D. Jarman in the middle.
Thompson wins for the Hawks, but it comes to Smart. Wide to James. His kick up towards the 50. Edwards caught behind. Oh, here comes McLeod. Pencil this in for a goal. But he's run to the boundary line by Obbs. Well done, Sable. Benke ducked his head into it. And it was holding.
On the ball, he's pinned behind the ball. He won't be happy with that. Drew on it to note the time and place. Andrew McLeod actually got tackled there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You ducked your head. Well, you got to cop what's coming.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought McLeod was going to rip away there and kick a goal. No worries. So Obbs did very well. Towards the outer side, that had to be pinpoint and was for Jonathan Hay. He was on the forward line for about 30 seconds. To 11. The old zigzag. Suppose we've got to get a few players up on the forward line. Colica, good running by Treleaven. And now he's kicked to half forward. That's way off target. Rashudo's back there, juggles and takes it to the line.
That would be the most disappointing aspect of Hawthorn's game. But since half-time, they have actually had the opportunity to go forward, to score, and they just haven't put it on the board.
Probably just haven't finished off Bruce. And that's where, you know, these senior players which are missing from the game today.
You've given up crossing your fingers?
Haven't been crossed all game, Bruce. So, as I said, it's from the heart, but from the head, I would have said the Crows.
Just there, fellas, Matthew Robin off with a hamstring injury. Looks bad. And Herbert on.
Curls, he was under a cloud during the week with just a bit of hamstring soreness after last week's big effort.
He has had some leg problems the last couple of weeks, yes.
Well, what's it been? About 7 quarters in the ruck in the last 2 weeks. Be a bit of a test for Hammies.
And, of course, that's the Crows' 4th ruckman they've lost this year.
Well, surely Herbert will get to start at some stage, will he?
I think Pippin's available next week.
Depends how tall Mark Bickley is.
Poor old Lucas. Edwards. Well, he's kicked 3, Tyson Edwards.
He's enjoyed his time on the forward line today. The heat's been off him. It's on Darren Jarman and a couple of the other big name players. He's just he's led a couple of times. They've hit him beautifully with some passes, and he's provided another option.
Well, I was a rap for him a couple of weeks ago in the Geelong game, and Blighty finished up taking him off. Here's Edwards for his 4th, and that just wobbles over the line. I have never seen so many kicks wobble.
When you've got a job to do, the best way to get 10 out of 10 results is teamwork. That's why with help from the teams at Mitre 10 at Wattle, you'll not only be a winner, you'll also be helping to support South Australia's favourite sons, the Adelaide Crows.
We got Daddy.
And that's gotta feel good.
Mitre 10 out of 10 every time.
Crowd today, 38,686, so not many have given the Crows away, even though they can't make the finals. And for a game between 11th and 14th on the ladder, this is probably the only place where you get 38,000 to watch. Daniel Chick, for his 2nd kick all day, is offline and behind.
Hasn't been a good day for him.
Now, you can safely say, Drew, though, the danger period of losing the game's over for the Crows. They're well and truly got this game in control now.
Yes, I think down at the Junction Hotel at Peterborough, they'll be enjoying this one this afternoon. And there's Gallagher getting it up to Jarman. Too far out, trying to set up for others. Punch towards the line. Kept in by McGregor. But walked over by Hay, deliberate. The crowd down in that pocket say, give us a free kick, umpire.
Well, Curls, the game may be in the bag, but there's still not a style of football that would put a smile on Malcolm Blight's face.
No, I'm going to check that football after the game because there's so many bad kicks today. There must be something wrong with it.
Here's Tyson Edwards. He hasn't minded it. He's kicked 4. Bickley. Oh, good effort. Mark Bickley.
Well, Curls, after watching that one, there's nothing wrong with the football.
correct.
That was a great goal by Mark Bickley. He's sort of been on and off the whole day, but to his credit, he's come back.
Got a couple of goals in the second half.
Yes. That's probably just on about 48 metres out from goals on a very acute angle.
And Drew, you touched on the crowd support here. Despite the Crows, it looks like the season is over. Incredible support. The flags are up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose if you've got a membership ticket, you might as well come along. You've already paid for it, but still...
It's a perfect day.
That's a great crowd for two teams battling in the bottom sort of one-third of the competition.
Lucas Herber got the touch there, Drew. Enjoying his time out there in the middle.
Well, make the most of it, Lucas.
He needed a map to find the centre circle, but...
Craig Trelevan to take the free kick. 10.5 minutes remaining here at Football Park. Wide they go. Rawlings, the hand pass to Leckis. Deep to full forward. Oh, good mark. Getting back Nathan Bassett. Hand pass away. Johnson to Gallagher. A couple of youngsters drafted from Victorian under-18 clubs into the Crows.
It just seems with Peter Caven, who played centre-half back for the last 2 years, and Matthew Robert away from centre-half forward, that the Crows have lost that little bit of straightness.
Here goes Gallagher, playing in his 10th AFL game. Into James. Costa. Head-up play. Good play. McGregor caught behind. Vardy in front. Smart has been everywhere. Out the back door goes Colliker. Not a great kick. Oh, Trelevan. Well, it probably wasn't Trelevan's fault. Costa, McGregor, and the ball mercifully over the boundary line.
And I guess, Jack, Rat, that Ken Judge accepts the fact they can't win, but he wouldn't like to see his team going down in this manner in the last quarter.
Well, of course not, Curls. It's just a matter of trying to get the players up and not get this game blown out by a high margin. You know, and the clangers, which both sides have had, are very, very high. I think Adelaide's had 24 and Hawthorn 18. For a perfect day like today, you just don't have those sorts of clangers.
Well, Andrew McLeod certainly tied up on Shane Crawford after half-time. He had something like 23 possessions up to half-time. He's only had 11 since, so he certainly shut down Shane Crawford, and that's effectively shut down Hawthorn's chances.
And he had quite a few himself, hadn't he?
And here goes Crawford for another possession to Woods. Just wonder how much that's got to do with Crawford. That's running out of gas. Could he keep it up, the intensity he was showing earlier on? Johnson, long kick to the forward pocket. Oh, ran past the ball. McCabe back home in Adelaide to play here for the Hawks. That ball's over the line for a throw-in.
Come on, Rat. Will Darren Jarman score this game?
There is about 8.5 minutes to go.
Will he get a kick?
He's got two. No, he's got four, actually.
He's got 4 kicks.
And 3 tackles, girls. He's got 3 tackles. Doing the team thing.
He's got to get one. Now, wouldn't it be a great trivia question? When was the last time Darren Jarman didn't kick a goal in a game?
Hasn't even got a point.
Well, the Hawks have scored 56 points, and they trail by 56. The Crows have doubled their score. So this is bad for the Hawks, because in their run of losses in the last month, they've lost by 20, 34, 31, and 32, which aren't beltings, any of them, but this is. And if Adelaide had played half decently, they could have absolutely beaten them by over 100.
It certainly hasn't been an exhibition of Australian football. I don't know, we've said it before, it's a perfect day for football, and Johnny Platt and myself are going to get the footy out and have a kick after the game.
Actually, we'll keep the cameras going. We'd like to see that. Oh, McLeod! Brilliant!
That's clever.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! Yo! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
I suppose some viewing could say, well, what constitutes a fairly good tackle? He was spun 360 degrees, but the last degree put him on a perfect line for goal.
I think it always looked like he was going to get a kick away.
Yeah. Hart lost control of it. Now he's still got it, Benno. Look at that That's not a bad kick. Benke. Good spoil came from Colliker. Crawford. Thompson. Good hand pass. Chance here. Colliker has kept on going. Taylor. Back in he goes. Thompson draws a man. Barlow. Gone in James's tackle. Anthony Rock a chance. And he's kicked a goal.
Well, you can tell when Hawthorn do kick a goal because there is silence around the ground, but...
that was almost rugby as the ball went sideways.
It was.
One player would get tackled, there'd be another Hawthorn player flanking. Finally came out to Anthony Rock, and he doesn't mind a goal.
Oh, he loves the goal, Rocky. Not bad play by the Hawthorn boys here. They just maybe could have kicked it in, Nathan Thompson, but saw another player, Barlow, good hands.
They made hard work of it, right?
Well, they did, but they certainly got out of it pretty well with the goal, so Rocky would be pretty happy with that.
Well, that was Hawthorn's first goal in this last quarter, and it's taken them 19 minutes, and in the meantime, the Crows have kicked 5. If that trend had been reversed, we might have had a game right now, but it's a bit of a blowout. Here goes Crawford. He's done everything else, and he's kicked his second.
They've got a great place to stay. Surprise! The party's been lit. And it's time to relax. It's a holiday as only Tim could have. Home Improvement, tonight on 7.
There's one thing a girl hates.
Is this the big 3-5?
It's a birthday shop.
Mel thinks I might be in love with you.
But an even bigger surprise is coming.
We got it together, didn't we, baby?
When Barry White joins Ali's party Monday.
Yeah, on a losing side, but if you're clearly the best, why not get the 3 votes? I mean, Nathan Buckley's playing in a side that's going to run last, and he could nearly win the Brownlow, couldn't he? He has just dominated so clearly. So why not for Crawford here today? Gets another touch, gets the ball away to Woods. He's not good enough to take advantage of it. Might have been interfered with. Advantage goes to the Hawks. Treleaven takes it. Good kick. And here's Dixon to take the mark within goal-kicking distance. Well, in the second quarter, the Hawks kicked 3 goals in 3 minutes, and they look as though they're about to duplicate that feat with 3 goals in 3.
Okay, you fellas upstairs. Herbert is off. There's no Matthew Robin. Who is going to be the knock ruckman for the Crows?
Somebody could say, who cares?
Ken McGregor. Brett Burt can certainly jump higher.
Dixon from just outside 40. That's a good kick.
Beautiful kick.
He's got 3.
The Curls will soon find out at the centre bounce.
They've got 3 in there at the minute, calling for recruits.
That's one of the players which is at Hawthorn.
Ken McGregor.
Yeah. One of the players which has done quite well today, Dixon. Even though he has played in the half-forward flank, he's kicked his 3 goals. He's probably done his job, but other blokes would need to go through with Chick and Lloyd and Lord. So.
Six and a quarter minutes remaining. 3 and 3 minutes to the Hawks. Unfortunately, after it was all over, Fat Lady is well and truly sunk. Costa out of the middle. Gets to the back of the pack. Hawks combine down there. Rawlings out of defence. Out of bounds will do. Off a knee, was it? No. Be a throw-in.
At least there's some satisfaction with Ken Judge in the last little bit. They have kicked the last 3 goals.
Robrin wins for Hawthorn. It comes down to Hassel. Kick touched off the boot. Rock did well to Hassel. Good chase by Mark Bickley. A game that's well and truly all over. That is inspirational. Rasciuto's kick to half forward. Here goes Burton. Oh, couldn't believe it.
It's an off break.
The ball must be pumped up too much or something. Smart. High kick. Reese stiffening a bit at the Crows back in this quarter. Rawlings. Good trap. They needed it. Crawford, McCabe, Turvey. Round the boundary line, but over.
It's where you sort of need to have the opportunity just to kick the ball along the ground or handle the ball out in front of him, especially when there's no one there.
Just got a bit too much altitude in his left foot.
And also, fellas, looking at comparisons with Crawford and McLeod, not much, I guess, not much in their individual brilliance, but Crawford's certainly far fitter in endurance.
They both knocked up getting possessions, Curls.
26 and 39 to 26 the possessions.
Crawford's just worked so much harder.
McLeod's got plenty of it, Kills, but they played that 10, 15 metres apart, and Crawford has got a lot of touches back in defence, but he has gone forward and kicked a couple of goals, and he's been the standout player for Hawthorn all day.
Exactly right.
Woods, Taylor with the sit. Right. Kicks the back of the ball for guess who? Shane Crawford again. His kick is perfect.
Beautiful kick.
Thompson.
He set a great example, Crawford. He's ran his heart out.
Well, it's been a one-man show for Hawthorn, and that's been their problem, because for Adelaide you've had McLeod, Rashudo, Smart, Tyson Edwards, Kimmy Costa, all been getting plenty of possessions, and you know, one bloke can't beat a team.
That's correct.
Thompson for his third, and fourth in a row for the Hawks. Way to the right, it's close, but I think he's missed.
And Kel, since Paul Salmon's been off, Adelaide have won their hit-outs 12-4, so it's a big loss for Hawthorn to lose that type of player.
Oh, particularly when you look at, they consider they lost Holland before the game.
Yeah. See, Ken Judge has said might get something out of the last 10 or 15 minutes, but on the other hand, I'm sure Malcolm Blight, it won't be a quiet room in there afterwards.
Well, the Hawks would have to hope that people like Crode, Graham, Harford get back pretty quickly, because I think Fisher's injury, if it's a depressed back through the cheekbone, he'll be out for a little while. Bassett. Pokes it up short to McGregor.
McGregor looks like he's enjoying his little run in the ruck.
17th ruckman for the season for the Crows, isn't it? There's Crawford at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I never exaggerate. Rock to full forward. Thompson works it to the front. Dixon, a good tackle. Ball flipped out. Lloyd just back on. And pinned to him, and it'll be a ball up.
Just with Paul Salmon, just sort of wonder if there's going to be a bad injury or not. He could put him out for the rest of the year, and maybe it could be his last game for
well, let's hope
for him
not.
himself.
Certainly Paul Salmon deserves a better send-off than that.
Do you know any inside word about whether he is considering going on or not?
No idea, Drew, but, you know, I suppose, what's the guy now, 35? You know, he's had a great
But you want to have
career.
a break after the season and then think about it.
Yeah, certainly.
It's a bit hard making a decision 6 weeks out.
Yeah. Hampire, Trelevin, what are you doing? Smart says thank you very much. And he's up for his 29th possession, Nigel Smart. Even that wasn't too flash. Bickley taken off the ball. Smart goes in for a tackle, but gives away a free kick.
He's tried hard all day, Trelevin. He's up to, this will be his 21st kick and 10 handballs, so he's had over 30 possessions. He's tried hard.
Yeah, Trelevin.
Unfortunately, most of the Hawthorn possession getters have been across the half-back line.
That's right. Yeah.
Trelevin and Chick came over at the same time from East Fremantle, Ken Judge's side in Perth, and the games couldn't have been more different today. Trelevin and Chick. Kane Johnson bursts around a weak old tackle and goes to the 50, has a shot at it and kicks it. His first goal.
Kane Johnson's had a fairly difficult year this year through injuries and that, and it's good to see him running freely.
Just wonder at, he's a young fella, 2 flags, and things haven't gone well this year.
Can be frustrating for the boy, but
he spent most of the first half on the bench, but he certainly relished running through there.
Just under 2 minutes remaining. In this last quarter, it has been 6 goals to 3 in favour of the Crows, and the Hawks got theirs in a burst in the space of 3 minutes. Well done, Thompson. And the follow-up touch for Hawthorn, Barlow, but he's given it up to Smart. Now an intercept by Rock. Crawford again, just putting the final touches to his 3-vote performance. Chance for Dixon forward pocket. That's Lord. Lord on the turn. Here's Dixon. That's a behind. Two goals, one to Aaron Lord.
Just reminds me a little bit of Adelaide against Geelong. Won easily, but Malcolm Blight probably as angry as any game this year.
Well, their only wins in the last 11 weeks have been against Collingwood, Geelong and Hawthorn. There's no big raps on any of those. They are down in the bottom echelon of the competition. So it just shows you where the Crows have gone from premiers 2 years in a row to where they are now. And obviously the excuse is that they've missed half the team through injury. Rodman. Kick by Rodman. 2 against 2. Drop mark by James. Comes to Ben Hart. Showed him the ball. Says it's mine. Great kick. Tyson Edwards very good.
Well around the half-forward line, Tyson Edwards.
Kick 4.
Good catch.
Yep. Rodman. His brother Matthew is on the bench. Looks like a hamstring problem. Lloyd gets the ball wide to Obst. Ball appears out of the shade in the sun. Ormond Allen. Hart just does everything so easily. Wouldn't even need a shower after this game. Rashudo, what a kick across the ground. Oh, flipped it behind, laid it like an egg. Costa. Gets going again, nearly fumbles again.
Have it on the bounce, Kiwi.
We said these segments at Everton are very good.
Chance for Jars. There's 5 seconds left, but he gives it off, and James, within scoring distance, takes the mark just before the side. So Jarman will, in fact, finish the game not only goalless but scoreless.
When was the last time he's ever done that before?
A full game too, no time on the bench.
So a chance for the final nail in the coffin. Brett James. I think he's got it. No.
I think that sums up Adelaide's day.
Yeah. Yes, they'll probably be forced to sing the song after the game, but don't think there'll be too much gusto about it. Crowd still waving flags and clapping and singing. It's a win to the Crows, and haven't been too many of those in the last 3 months.
Well, 3 in the last 11 games.
Yeah.
That's a long time between drinks for a reigning premier.
Final score, 18-17 to 11 goals 10. So in the last 5 losses in a row for the Hawks, that's been the biggest. And here's Neil Curley out there with the billiard ball.
Well, Nigel, it was a good win, but it was a pretty scrappy game.
Yeah, look, we had periods where we were playing very well and long periods where we had a lot of the ball and we didn't make use of it. And that might be some of the problems that we've had this year. And really, we should have played a lot better, but we've got the score on the board and the 4 points, and we look forward to next week.
Have we seen a new wingman being born? Last 3 games on the wing?
No, I don't think so. It's a little bit. I'll play it probably a little bit defensively, and Malcolm wants me to try and just give us a bit of drive in the midfield, and I've enjoyed it over the last 3 weeks. But I think my real home is probably defence.
You're a pretty fit guy, and you've seen some fit guys. Have you seen a fitter guy than Shane Crawford?
No, for his size and what he does around the ground, he's a very fit young man, and look, he's going to be a superb footballer for many years to come, and that's due to his fitness, and he's very hard to contain.
Well done, you got the 4 points tucked away. Enjoy yourself. Back to you, Drew.
Thanks, Curls. Well, Smarty had a terrific game himself. 13 kicks, 16 handballs, but we talked about Shane Crawford. He's finished up with 41 possessions, 23 kicks, 18 handballs.
Crows fans still give the players a big send-off.
Yeah, and Bruce, when you played on the wing, you wouldn't often come across a bloke the size of Nigel Smart out there. I suppose Roosie was a wingman.
Well, you only ever played wing when you were young and quick. The older you got, the further back you played, which is as Nigel Smart played today. He played somewhere between half-back and wing, and that's where we like to see Nigel Smart doing best, running forward, and that's when the Crows look good, is when Nigel Smart's doing it, Mark Rashudo's doing it. Both of them had plenty of touches, but just the possession disposal today was atrocious by both teams.
The Crows trudging off as though they've been flogged, actually, aren't they? They're acknowledging the cheers of the crowd, but...
the last 2 years we've seen such high standards set. And I think deep down they know that the finals are probably out of reach, and after what they have achieved in the last 2 years, we see Matthew Robben there. Just about a minute ago, he caught up with Jonathan Robben, they shook hands. His brother, of course, played for Hawthorn. they have set such high standards, but perhaps even a win today, they knew it wasn't a great win. It was just the 4 points.
Well, Matthew Robran was no way to finish his 100th game on the bench with a hamstring injury. And he came into his 100th game needing only 3 goals to bring up 100 goals in 100 games, but he didn't trouble the scorers.
But credit to him, his 100 games has been through a fair bit of adversity. He had a broken leg in Sydney, which we all saw on television, was a shocking injury. He's come back from that, and of course there was the transfer wrangle early in the career with Hawthorn. So it's taken him a while, but you know, good luck to him. He's got two flags and 2 premiership medals.
This is almost a cab fare out to the rooms, isn't it, off the ground?
Especially for the Crows, anyway.
It just seems to take 5 minutes for them to get there. And the one in Brisbane's not bad, at the Gabba. When the Lions go off the ground there, they seem to be walking forever.
They get in here in the big room. We'll see the song in a minute. As you said, Drew, you just wonder how excited they are after it, which was a regulation win.
You couldn't give your your best shot today.
Well, there's a couple of blokes who had pretty good games. You know, Tyson Edwards and his 4 goals up forward. That's something you don't see from him every day, so he'd be happy with that. Mark Rashuda had plenty of good form.
The thing with the Crows also, Bruce, is that if Jarman doesn't kick him, they've got someone else who kick him, like a Tyson Edwards.
Edwards came up. McLeod got a couple.
Yeah. Here's the song.
Well, there are a couple of big grins there. Kane Johnson looked pretty happy with himself for that last goal of the game.
Is there an obligation to sing the song if you win?
Oh, you got it. You have to.
You have to. And Kim Costa looked pretty happy. He kicked 2, and I think he's pretty happy about that.
It's run-out time on Lancer Coupes from $18,490 with air. Lancer Sedans from $19,990, drive away with air. Lancer Wagons from $22,490, drive away with air. It's run-out time on Lancer. Look for the signs.
Hurry to McDonald's for your last chance at Match and Win Monopoly. You can still win Honda HRVs, holidays to Disneyland, flying Air New Zealand, and cash from Aussie Home Loans. Taxi! Hotel on Mayfair, thanks. How you doing? Did you get it?
Yeah, mate, she's all yours. 21 Pine Street's all yours, mate.
21?
Yeah, mate, 21.
Where's 21? Vinny?
It's not easy buying a house, but now the Commonwealth Bank has dropped our 1-year guaranteed home loan rate even lower to just 5.29%. So we expect even more people to put their hand up. Want a more affordable home loan? Make it happen with the bank.
My best friend's Betty. My best friend's Betty. My best friend's Betty. All the family's waiting to taste the things we're baking. My best friend's Betty. My best friend's Betty. Betty Crocker and me.
Professor Ken Setchell talks about soy.
A major breakthrough has been the discovery that soy protein is a rich source of phytoestrogens.
Sanitarium So Good is so rich in phytoestrogens. So Good, Australia's #1 soy drink. Now, these are the chicken Kiev balls, and these are the chicken and cheese balls. Oh, can you get the kids to music down?
Can we have the music? Chicken and cheese.
Do I like them?
Well, you like chicken and you like cheese, and that's Kiev.
What is Kiev?
It's a town in the former Union of Soviet Socialist Republics.
Right.
Well, they wolfed those down.
Oh, that's quick.
What are these?
Push buddies for the kids.
Bird's eye chicken snacks.
So good.
Fantastic savings in Spotlight's mid-year clearance. Save up to $70 off famous brand Actul bed linen, now from $59.95 a set. Down-ear quilts from a crazy $39 and 100% wool rugs slashed to $199. Only at Spotlight. Rush in now.
What's the key to finding a super